Time itself is a silent song. Time itself is a silent song.
Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
You guys already know me. Gib. You already know me. Already know me. I let me move this.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Itself is a silent song.
Yo, who is this random? That's what I'm saying. Like, this bottom left guy is weird. Real.
Time itself is a silent song.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
Useless.
You know, 3 of these people. Top left is Box, Braxophone, Pokey, Mugen, Genshin Scientist or some junk. I think the guy on the bottom. Gib, bottom left. And then Ioku, top right. True. True, true, true. Sadi with the 16 months. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated, much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mega sub. True.
Terra smash.
Hey there!
To dust.
Coming at ya!
Double beanie? Sure, I would have to get a beanie, but you know, I don't gotta like that. The giggler. What the hell?
Game's up. Fun's over.
If he comes as a VTuber, he will farm.
With rocks. Feeling lucky? Here to play with me.
Dude, the VTuber models are so expensive.
Strike a pose. Over here.
How do you lose it?
This one's got
Minus
your
10K.
name on it. Add Ast. Thank you for. Add Ast.
25. He pushing unkiers. Pushing 30. I put him on the map. Good one. Holy glaze. Holy glaze. Interesting. Dude, that's gonna be so goofy though. Oh, Toho Sniper. Different guy then. That's the gacha addict guy? Oh, that video. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, you say he spent like a crazy amount to... What is the back? We need to inspect image. Inspect image. Okay, buddy. Look at this. NSFW body pose. Are these all VTubers? No, there's Ganyu. Interesting. Very interesting. That is as degenerate as it gets. Bro is literally Brad. Wait, is he wearing an Ahagao shirt? Yeah, he's only showing the box for a reason. Wait, the other ones he can't even show the square. Hu Tao and Venti or what? Hu Tao and Venti? How are they lollies? What? I will find anyone's location IRL that thinks Hu Tao is a child. In game. In like a Minecraft realm, you know? Like I'll find their coordinates. Why are these locked? I just realized I need to do this.
Like the hate that Hoyoverse is getting
go.
for
Fixed.
the reward is
Fixed.
justified, but that's not yet. It's Box, what do you think about Genshin Impact 4.4? Positives or negatives?
Yeah, I didn't even watch the live stream, bro. I was just on a hate train.
Okay.
I'll be real with you, bro. I don't
Holy
fucking know what the
days.
fuck they did, man.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck they did. I just heard that they gave like three free polls after saying like, oh, you know, thank you for all your loyalty. So you know, that enough is very bad, and we're getting it like every 10. We're getting like 10 polls every patch. So
Well, it's
hey,
actually
I don't know, man.
It's actually a 20 poll for 2.0, which is insane.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. It's
Yeah.
20.
Yo, Brax, since Box didn't watch that shit, do you have any thoughts on 4.4?
Okay. Genshin is getting better at one thing and
Yeah.
then like not improving in like any other thing. I actually think the new character design.
This might be
are
an
all, like,
emote
getting
farming stream.
Genuinely, like I feel
like
like
it.
the
I like
playable
it.
characters are all getting like better. They feel better to play. They're more fun. They're unique.
Yep.
But like, holy fuck! Like I don't know what we're gonna do with the rest of the patch, man. We're gonna pull the character and then we're gonna.
This is what
do
I was
Lantern
saying.
Right,
I said
maybe.
that.
don't
I
even
said
know if
Cloud
I'll do it this
Retainer
year,
after I
and then
play.
just, like,
See, as a
So
dedicated
what
Xiao
does a
main,
player
I'll
do
be
that
playing her a
doesn't
lot.
both of the
But you know,
character this patch?
most people, you know, it's just 1 week done.
like fucking Lantern Right. That's it. Like, or if you're not burnt out on exploration after like 4 years, then like the new zone.
Is it big or how big is it? Because I know it's like Cloud Retainer's home, right?
It's
Dude,
actually
I don't even
like,
know where that
as far
zone
as
can go on the
extra
map.
expansions go, it's pretty sizable. It's
Yeah.
not like it's not huge, but it's bigger than the other ones. So
I would definitely.
I need
agree
to
with you.
farm for
That's
jumping.
actually a viewpoint that I haven't really thought of before. So I'm actually glad you said that. I actually do think Genshin Impact characters are getting more fun to play as well. I think Nervulette. I mean, the problem is it's insane power creep. Like Nervulette is beyond fucking broken. I mean, I've heard some arguments that Tartaglia is still good with Zhang Lang. I've heard. I don't know who does that. Is Zhang Lang Tartaglia? Is that still good in 2024?
yeah, it's still good.
For what? Just like
It's
a Hydro
pretty good,
applicator at C0?
Yeah. Because Child just applies so much fucking hydro
Yeah.
and does like damage on his own. You
Yeah.
just play him with Bennett. He's on field doing a bunch of damage, and Xianglings has the buff, so it's like it's
Yeah.
good.
Okay, that's cool. I respect that. What's the new character's name? The Cloud Retainer. What's your actual name?
Shenyun.
Shenyun. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think her play.
This dude probably already has 5 Cloud Retainer body pillars.
Yeah.
I've seen it like max constellation. You can like infinitely jump. Is that
Check
still
him
real or
room.
no?
Check him room.
I don't know on that one.
Okay. Yeah. Is she gonna be busted or no? Like, is she gonna be able to compete with Hyperbloom?
She's probably not gonna be crazy. I don't know. Just seeing the animations, I think she'll take too long for anyone to like actually use her to increase. She has to increase damage by a fuck ton.
Okay.
Like, for that field time to be worth it.
Okay. Now I am wondering because I don't really get this because I refuse to pull for Dendro characters because back when I played there was only 5 elements, and I don't like how they changed that shit on my Genshin Impact. Why is Hyperbloom so fucking busted?
Because it's like you don't have to have the only stat you have to have for that is EM on one character.
You don't think Nuvalet
like that's
is
the
power
only
creep?
thing you fucking need, right? You just need to have Hydro, Dendro, and Electro. And then just the Electro character just needs to have EM, and then they just do like fucking 27,000 damage, like per Hyperbloom. And so like basically it's just how fast can you apply
He
elements,
kinda
not like how much
is.
damage can you do.
And
then
But
it
the
just
thing
ends up, like,
is, he
doing a
doesn't
shit ton of damage.
directly
And then the
power
EM you
creep
stack
a
on Kuki
unit.
Shinobu?
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
There's not
Okay.
someone that
He
does
also
what he
scales,
does
like, on
and like he
healing
just
EM,
does
right?
it.
So it's
Except
fucking
for like
busted, man.
Ayato, I guess. A lot of people
You
say
literally
like,
don't even have
why
to
use
think.
Ayato when
You just
Nuvalet
play the
exists?
characters. You
But you
can
know,
play the
Ayato
rotation
still has
completely
like his
fucking
like
wrong, and it
normal
doesn't
attack
matter.
bonus and stuff.
Okay.
But you know,
So
why are you playing
you would
Ayato?
say that
But you
Genshin
know,
Impact probably
Ayato's my
got
goat.
easier
Nice.
currently or
Oh,
no?
100%. Like genuine.
What's emote on
I don't know, I
Tectone
keep
stream?
thinking anyway.
Yeah,
Because
that
okay.
Tectone
The
emote
Poke-
is
Respectfully,
that is an
genuinely.
emote.
The fucking Pokebraid rot. Yeah. It's too fucking easy now. Like the Abyss isn't getting super hard or anything, and the game got easier as soon as Dendro
Yeah,
came
the
out.
problem
and
with
it's been
Genshin is that it's linear
Okay.
and it's
All right, I'm glad
it's
that you echo
difficulty.
that tonight.
So
Eo,
like
what is your
Nuvalet's really
familiarity
good,
with
but it
Genshin?
doesn't
I know you
matter
said
that
you
he's really
quit.
good.
Do you have any thoughts on 4.4 now?
7 again.
Yeah, I still keep up with I guess some of the stuff that happens with the patches or like the big things that you guys talk about.
Yeah.
But with 4.4 in particular, I'd probably still say it's underwhelming. Like it wasn't enough for me to
Dude,
jump
I was
back
thinking
into
about
the
it.
game
There
and be like,
is
I'll play the
literally
game now.
2 Genshin
Or
people
I'll
in
look at
this,
this and
then
try this out. The new character
all of
looks
them
really
are
cool,
HSR.
but only because I like Zhao. But I hate plunging. So
I don't think the
it's
Zhao.
a really
Wait, he
double-edged
likes the
sword.
Zhao
Dude, have you ever played
BZ.
Kazuha?
Yeah, I love Kazuha because of the character. And
Yeah.
I like the new girl because she has dive kicks and it looks like
Yeah.
a fighting game character.
Yeah.
Then I found out she doesn't kick anybody, so I don't want to play her anymore.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, Kazuha is my favorite character to play in Genshin Impact by far. I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, I don't want to come back to Genshin Impact. It's not enough for me to come back to Genshin Impact. And I've had the same take, but I believe in something tangible. Like, so for example, like, I don't want to say it's not enough. I want to say why it's not enough. So the reason why 4.4 isn't enough for me to want to come back is I do want to go back and play 4.2 story. I heard it was very good. I enjoyed 4.0 story quite a bit. I heard 4.1's fell off a little bit. I heard 4.2's was good. But what I need from Genshin Impact for me to want to come back, and we might go through this for a lot of people, is I need there to be a skip story button. I would like for them to DBZ Kai their story to like shorten it and like stop with the fucking reiterating the shit that we already fucking know. If people aren't paying attention, fuck them. You know, have a story recap at the fucking end that you can scroll through. I don't need Paimon telling me this.
Dude,
shit
I am in
over
the
and over and
cast.
over again.
Do you not see me?
I
Bottom
would
left?
like a little bit of more
Yo,
challenging
guys.
content where we can test the limits
Yeah,
of our
true,
account.
true.
And then I would also like better compensation.
Tectone's kind
for
of
the game.
talking right
You
now.
know, I don't think I'm asking that much, but if there was something for you to come back to Genshin Impact, what do you think that would be?
Probably some of the same stuff that you said. The
Yeah.
story is really what's holding me back now. I'm still stuck in Sumeru, and I'm getting mixed. Like Sumeru's great, Sumeru's bad. Fontaine's amazing. Fontaine's like dry, and I really want to go to Fontaine, but I have to get through Sumeru.
How
and I
can
don't wanna play
Fontaine be
Sumeru.
dry
So,
when it's
I get
the
that makes
nation
sense.
of
yeah, if I
water?
could skip it, then I'd probably play the game a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I also don't like
It's
losing
the
50-50s.
nation of water.
And I didn't
How's
get
it
Navia,
dry?
and she looks sick as fuck. So I was a
Navia
little-
is
the girl with the guns
gun
and the
lady.
umbrella. Yeah,
yeah, the
And
drill
she shoots
girl.
out like cannonballs.
Yeah,
on
she
command.
looks sick as fuck. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
so I
be
wanted
real.
her.
People say Sumeru is good. It's bad. It's not good at all. I've read through it. I tried it myself in game. It fucking sucked, the story. The way that I did enjoy it though, because I feel like this is true for all of Genshin Impact story, is
Not wrong. My
it's
Sumeru
told
has like
better by
1%.
anybody else who's not Hoyoverse. And if you go online and you just look up Sumeru story summarizations, it's actually really fucking enjoyable. Because I do think Genshin Impact story is very good. I just don't think Hoyoverse tells it well, especially in Genshin Impact. So That's just me. I recommend Ashikai. Ashikai's an amazing YouTube channel.
Yeah. I recently
Ashikai is
followed
pretty
them.
good.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
yeah, 100%. All right, Muujin, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on 4.4?
So look, I actually do like Lantern Rite events.
Okay.
It's something I do look forward to every year. You know, I like Liyue in general is a region I love. I think in general for all regions, Mondstadt and Liyue for me
Mhm.
are some of my favorite regions. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yep.
But yeah, like for someone who has not played the game for a long time and wants to get back to the game, I don't think
How's he
that's
not
enough
played the
reasons.
game
Maybe
for a
come
long
back and play
time?
the Lantern Rite and then maybe leave again. You know.
Yeah.
Because yeah, Shen Yun looks great, but again, it goes back to the fact that this is a character from Liyue. It's
Maybe he was
it's not a
saying
retainer,
like
it's
if
someone I
someone
like.
wanted to join, they haven't been on in a long time.
Gaming looks okay. His design is okay.
I'm glad you said
on-
gaming. I'm not calling him
Yeah.
Game. I'm just not fucking doing it.
They're
That's
not
what-
on
hey,
the real.
whoever's
They're
took
not
that
on the
name, you know,
real
they made the
pronunciation.
decision to call him gaming, so let's fucking go, dude. Gaming it is.
Real
And-
ones are going to be calling
And
him
unfortunately, you know, I
Ming.
saw his old concept art, and that really ruined the character for me because he looked so much fucking better in his old design, in my opinion.
Well, I have
But,
not seen
you
this.
know,
Wait, can you link that in Discord sometime?
Yeah. Just give me a sec to find it. But like his
Yeah.
old design was like it was really more. I don't know. It was way more
Dude, what
original,
are
in my
some of
opinion,
these
way more
tectone
unique compared to what
emotes?
it is right now. Right now, I think he looks very generic. But in general, like when it comes to characters and the story, it's not really enough to get you back permanently to the game. Maybe just
Dude,
for the
why
Lantern
is
Rite, and then
Genshin
that's it.
not
But
have
it really
farmable
pales in
bosses,
comparison.
please?
The
Do
problem
you guys think we'll
is that it
ever
really
get
pales
HSR
to
boss
Star.
farming in
You know, if you're
Genshin?
doing this comparison, if you watch both live streams, I think just looking at how much Star Rail has in store for 2.0 will make you think, man, that's it. Like, am I playing the wrong game right now?
Yeah.
Should I just look forward to 2.0?
Tectone has been
Lantern Rite's
relatively
great,
agreeable
but
so far. Perhaps he's reformed.
I don't know.
I was
Yeah,
telling
that's my
you.
position
Y'all
on it.
wasn't
So I am curious,
listening,
how long have you
okay?
played
Y'all
Genshin
wasn't
for?
listening.
I started
wasn't
playing
listening. I
Genshin
was telling you. I was
around the
telling you.
time Arataki Ito
Now,
first
he
came
might
out,
drop
so
a
that's
take
like
that is
end
like,
of
you know,
2021.
crazy.
So like a year
But
after
that's just,
release.
you know, that's
Okay.
just
It
Tectone.
was amazing. Like
Two-gen
literally,
player.
yeah.
Arataki
So-
Ito, how do you feel about him? He's one of my favorite characters.
I love him. I love him. And I don't really care about the dub, you know, English dub, Japanese dub. Of course, his English dub is awesome, but like in general, he's a great character.
Yeah.
Really fun gameplay too, but his element feels kind of abandoned a little bit.
I know, dude. I love his gameplay so much. I mean,
Yeah.
the noodle arms really piss me off because he should be way more jacked. which
True.
It's
true.
so fucking irritating.
He should be like Mr. Poke.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, but I do want to ask you a little bit more about your opinion. So, what is it about Lantern Rite festivals that you like?
I like the fact that it's something that happens once every year. I love the
Yep.
vibes of Liyue. I love the lanterns. You know, it's like I don't know. It's like Christmas. You know, it happens once a year.
Yeah.
It gets old after a while, the concept of Christmas, but you've gotten familiar with it over the years, and you love revisiting the characters that you're not seeing in the story right now because not everyone's going to travel to Fontaine.
True.
So I think there's this like feeling of going back home, which is why I'm also excited for when they do the expansion in Mondstadt. Because that's also that feeling, you know, that like when they do that northern port city that's been like being talked about for years now, that's not happening yet.
Yeah.
So there is that feeling. It doesn't mean that it's good. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's this feeling of familiarity. I don't know how a new player will feel about it, but
100%.
to me, it's like going back to family just for a little bit before continuing the story.
Yeah, I like that.
Yo,
I
he's
think
getting
I think that's
deep
a
on
very,
this-
very,
on
very
this
wholesome answer.
explanation.
I was not expecting that. I
Damn,
thought you were an
okay,
absolute
okay,
piece of shit.
okay,
So that's a
okay.
very nice, heartwarming answer. That's very cute. Yeah, no, I mean, I respect that 100%. Yeah, fuck yeah. Okay, cool. Yo, Mr. Pokey, have you caught up? Oh, and let me know whenever you send me that image of gaming, the old
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Let me
Because,
find it out.
people told me how good he was, and they showed me the RGB, and then instead of being shit, standalone in appearance, now he looks shit in
It
RGB,
spawned.
in my opinion. But Mr. Pokey, how did you feel about final question, Muujin. If you were
Yeah.
to use one adjective to describe 4.4, if you were to make a video called 4.4 looks, what
Yeah.
adjective would you use at the end of that?
4.4 looks lament.
Between insane and underwhelming, what adjective would you choose?
I would say it looks like a prank after that live stream. I just released a video on it today, dude. And yeah, like when I first saw that, I was like, what? Like how tone deaf of a comment this is. Like I mentioned how you have a production team, people behind the camera, people writing scripts, people sitting down reading the script. No one out of everyone here thought this sentence sounds fucking terrible. Like, hey guys, thanks for your support. Here's 3 intertwined face. Now fuck off. It's like, what? Yeah, it sounds like
True.
a prank.
That's so fucking funny. Show us the door.
April Fools.
Yo, Mr. Pokey, how'd you feel about 4.4? Have you caught up to date with that at all, or you don't really give a fuck?
Yeah. I've seen the drama, but
Yeah.
to be completely transparent, I have never ever seen the login screen of Genshin in my entire life. I've never ever played
Holy
Genshin,
shit.
There you
so
go.
I completely
Hopefully
don't
it
know
stays
that
exactly
way.
anything.
All
So
right.
it is.
Yeah. But the general gist I've got is that their 3-year rewards, the 3 pools, is like even lesser than someone that is returning to the game. I think you get even more than that, right?
Yeah.
Right, you get like more than 480, which is like what
I think you
pisses
get like
people off.
500 or 600 if you return to the game, something like that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
know.
So it's like, so it's like so ironic that okay, thank you for spending 3 years with us. Here's 3 pools, but for people that completely don't spend a single time with them and they just quit, they get even more rewards than someone that spent.
That's
every day
also
playing
kind
them.
of true.
So I think that's what really like
Yeah,
pisses people off. Yeah,
it's
that's
a
the general gist of it.
business. It's a predatory business strategy that they use where they focus on acquiring new players at a heightened rate above losing their old players. By having a lot of time to sink into content that is just otherwise meaningless, but in order to form like the habit, they have you like chase this little carrot that you think that you're going to get to, and by the time that you actually get to that carrot, well, you realize it doesn't exist. You quit the game, but they've already gotten 10 new people in the time it took you to realize that you should quit the game. Is essentially what they're doing. A lot of companies do it. A lot of people don't get that shit, and that's fucking fun. But so yeah,
Does
good
that
on
mean
you
we're
for not
gonna?
playing
We still
Genshin.
have
If
more
you ever
Fontaine
do
to
go
get
back
if
to
we're getting a
Genshin,
leeway
I
spot.
think you're really gonna enjoy the Aranyaka quest or the Aranara quest. Really fun, really fun quest.
Would you recommend like anyone to get back in, not even get back, like play Genshin in 2024?
Okay, I'm not gonna
Like,
say anyone.
completely never play it off.
I'm gonna say for you, fuck no, because you have a job, you run a channel, you don't have enough time. Like you just do not have enough time. Unless you're gonna make content for it, absolutely fucking not. There's just better shit. Once again, respect to anybody who still enjoys the game. No problem with that. It's totally good.
I
a lot of
love
my buddies
Genshin
still play. They
Impact.
try to talk to me about, it, and I humor them. And it's really sweet. I have this buddy named Anna who talks about Genshin Impact 24/7. And what's really ironic about that is that she just quit 2 days ago, which is really fucking funny. It's probably because she hung out with me. But yeah, I do think the game is fun. I know people have a lot of emotional attachment to it. And I do think the game could.
Yeah, I feel like if
something
you're
that we all
new,
know
you
it could
can't
be
get
if it actually
affected by
worked
like
better
all
than
the
developers,
end game
but,
problems.
We're just not quite near that.
The problem
We're
is you
not
will
quite there yet.
eventually get there.
That's fine.
And
we'll just keep
yeah.
advocating for change. And China's taking notice, so maybe we'll see something big. Hoyo's taking a very long time to respond. So they might actually be cooking something. I really don't think they're going to flat out ignore 1.2 million followers lost on Douyin. I really don't think they're going to ignore that. But yeah. Anyways, Tuwo, do you have any thoughts on Genshin 4.4?
Other than what everyone else has already said,
Yeah.
basically all I can sum it up is as it's the same shit.
Yep.
It's literally the same shit, just with another coat of like paint. Yeah, that's the phrase I'm looking for. Another coat of paint. To add on to what Mujin said earlier about how he appreciates Lantern Ray as like a, it's like Chris. He likened it to a Christmas where it's a familiar event that we always go back to, right? We always know it's gonna happen every year.
They were
to
sending
add
out a
on to
few more
that,
wishes,
like,
and all drama goes poof.
we all know Genshin Impact.
I know, we'll
or
see.
For those who play, we all know Genshin Impact doesn't do rerun events, right? So I also appreciate Lantern Ray because even though it's not really a rerun, it's the closest one we're gonna get to one.
Is this
because
drama
at least,
significant in CN2?
it's
Yeah.
Something of the same.
The,
Even if
the
the
page
content
they lost
is
all their followers on was the
slightly
Chinese
different
one.
every year.
They
I don't
have
even
done
think their
that
Twitter
slightly
lost
for other
followers or
things like
anything.
Golden Apple Archipelago. And for like the big events, like they once we go to the islands, now we go to the islands and they're a little bit different, and Clay has a different part of the story. So they do kind of do rerun events.
Yeah, except with Golden Archipelago, I think last summer event wasn't that, right? It was the one with like Kaya, and we were at it was like supposed to be part of like Sumedalore or something like that. So like I get where you're coming from with the Golden Archipelago one. So it was kind of like a rerun, like the 2 years that we had it. But unless they bring it back this year, we'll have to see. But it's not really like a rerun to me. Actually, maybe it is. It's just that the point I wanted to make with Lantern Ray is that it is a recurring event, so that's kind of nice to see. Because again, it's not like we have a lot of other events that they decide to bring back. But that's really about it.
Okay.
It's like I said, it's just the same shit over and over again. And again, everybody's kind of already alluded to this, but they haven't really improved much. Like, there's really nothing more I can say. Everybody else has kind of covered it.
Green
You're all
outline.
good. All right, let's move forward to the next topic then.
By the way, the concept art's in the chat.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I'm gonna show that. I'll show that real quick.
Good.
Yo, boys, if you want to see some of the alleged original designs for gaming, I actually think he looks really fucking awesome here. Actually, he looks like such a piece of shit. I
It's
like
so
that a lot.
cool, man.
I don't know where you found these for the concept arts. Was this on like official Hoyo or no?
There was a massive leak like a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of a lot of concepts. So this
Yeah.
is one of them.
Yeah, I don't know how they fucked it up that hard, but I mean that's classic Hoyoverse. So the other day I had a comment from a content creator called Tuano. I got nothing but respect for the guy, 100%. I think he's a great dude. But he made a comment towards me where he said that Tectone's been criticizing.
You think
Genshin
Tuanto likes
for multiple
Tectone?
years, and he thinks the way that I'm doing it isn't right. He thinks the way that I'm doing it is destructive, and then he never really gave me the right way to criticize gacha gaming companies. I will leave. Well, I would like to just say this for the major aspects of change. I do want to say that my video for Staff of Homo, where I lost the 50-50, what was it, chat? 13 fucking times, was getting millions of views in China. That was a conduit for getting the weapon banner changed.
How much money did you lose, by the way? Because it differs.
Was,
like some people say 1,000, some people say 10,000.
No,
like,
it was well over $10,000 for Staff of Homo.
Really?
Yeah, once I completed it, yes.
That's
well
worth
over
making a video about.
$10,000.
Oh, yeah, you want to? Feel free to pull the video up.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, I would love for you to do that.
Yeah.
And then right now, I'm not sure if you guys know this, there is a clip of me on Chinese TikTok, Douyin, with 17,000 likes as of 48 hours ago and about 500,000 views, where China is using my words. They translated the Chinese and said that they're happy that the global community is behind them, and they play a video of me saying that I agree with what they're doing, keep doing a great fucking job, and multiple comments from my videos essentially rallying them on. So I believe that my way of reaching China is correct, but I am curious, in y'all's history of playing gacha games, what do you think a proper way is to criticize a multi-billion-dollar company? That way I don't hurt their feelings next time, Towo.
So normally,
yep.
In my opinion, with just come across like a lot of different gachas, normally there should be communication, like official lines of communication that players can tap to talk to like developers or something. The issue with Genshin is that because it's such a huge game, there's virtually no feasible way for players to really like access the developers in any meaningful way. For sure, the foreign overseas players ain't gonna do shit. That's at least that's my personal opinion.
Yep.
Some of you guys may disagree, but yeah, I don't think there's really any way for anybody living outside of China to like make a meaningful impression on the developers.
I feel like to that point, I feel like the only way to communicate with developers is the global players to essentially provoke or get in communication with the CN players and have them do something. Because I 1,000,000% agree, CN's opinion is the only thing that matters to this company.
True. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I wanted to go into as well. Like, unfortunately, because Genshin is such a big game, and there's no realistically not much of a chance in hell that us overseas players, us foreign players are going to get a hold of them, get a hold of MiHoYo. It's either we do something extreme, like what happened with, if y'all remember, first anniversary.
Yep.
Or we pray or we try to reach out to the Chinese players and see if they can do something about it on our behalf, or not just on our behalf alone, on everybody's behalf, to be honest, because we're all affected by it, right? Unfortunately, as much as I don't want that to be the case, for us to have to go to such extremes, what other way is there?
Yeah.
I don't think it's again, I don't think it's a proper way. I don't think whatever happened with like first anniversary, or even what the Chinese players are doing is necessarily the proper way. But the more important question is there any other way?
100%.
And especially to enact like change within a reasonable time frame, because without incidents like these, that really open MiHoYo's eyes to be like, okay, there's kind of an issue here that we have to address. They're just gonna keep going on this path for God knows how long. Like the past 3 years that Genshin has been out, it's not really had any competition. I'm aware we have like the competition topic come up later, so if in case I'm like kind of stepping into that.
Yeah, we'll say that for later.
But yeah, but like, but since it has none, I think Genshin was just gone on this path, this trajectory for God knows how many years without really doing much. Just as they have been for the past few. So yeah, like the proper way would like be like, civil, like controlled conversation. But again, like that, we don't like. It's clear that probably doesn't work.
No, I'll
So it's
just
like, what other,
yeah, I'll just
what
call
other option
DeWay
do we
on his
have?
cell phone. He gave me his personal number. If I ever have any complaints, I'll just call him out. And then we'll have a nice talk.
Yeah, just hit him up, dude.
Yeah, what's
Easy.
crazy is Tawano actually is the one guy who said that the way that I communicate is destructive, and he's actually one of the few people who's actually met DeWay in real life. They flew him out. So maybe that's why he thinks that
Lucky
I'm
him,
not
yeah.
communicating. Like, well, hey, why don't you go to his office, man?
Yeah,
I go to
just
his
fly-
office every
just
fucking
fly
Tuesday,
a
bro.
checker real quick, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, man. Fuck. Okay, well, I think that's a very good point. Mr. Pokey, do you have any viewpoints on the proper way
mean
to
solo?
communicate with Genshin? Also, I would like to say I am in
You just gotta lock
support
in.
of review bombing only for Genshin Impact, not other games. I feel like if a game mistreats their players, they deserve getting review bombed. That's just me. I think what happened to Google Classroom and Pizza
Great
Hut is
bait
ridiculous.
tectone is
but
laid
I
out
feel
right
like,
now.
Yeah, just for Hoyo games, I think that's fine.
A little
If
bit
they-
of another drama
also,
farmer.
downvoting Honkai Star Rail makes no fucking sense. Also, sick. Grats. Like, why the fuck would
Is
these
he
people
pulling?
think I'm going to downvote Genshin Impact and
What did he
Honkai
pull?
Star Rail? They should be downvoting Genshin Impact to say, hey, we don't like this treatment, and then upvoting Honkai Star Rail saying, oh, we want this. My opinion. Mr. Pokey, what do you think about the proper way to communicate with developers for Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact?
Wait, can I just understand a little bit of the backstory? Like, why is it that this particular patch it made like such a big ruckus in CM, but not like the previous patches?
Okay,
Or
s-
actually just
happening
know
for
the
4
issue?
years.
Yeah, so essentially, this is a big
China
straw that
patch.
broke the camel's back. So the exact same rewards that we got from last year's Lantern Rite Festival already pissed people off, not to this degree. We got the exact
Poke
same
is
thing
a
again. They were
HSR
expecting
content creator.
change. They didn't get that change. It's the same shit.
That's what I was
once
saying
again.
earlier.
And they said, okay,
There's
not
like
this time.
2
We're gonna lose
Genshin
our
people
fucking
here, and then
minds.
it's all HSR.
So essentially, it's a combination of it building up, building up, building up, building up. This is the breaking point.
I mean, I feel that wallet is always the most direct way for people to vote, or at least like one
Who
of
are
the
the Genshin
videos
players?
on Bilibili. Because I tried
Brax.
to research a little bit.
So,
and
top
see what
middle,
the CN is up to.
top
I
middle.
think one of the dude that made the video.
Wait, there's literally
not
3.
about
There's
you,
literally
just
3.
generally like what's up the consensus.
Wait, there's
of
4.
Genshin.
There's 4.
Yeah,
I
like,
forgot. I forgot.
The easiest way
So-
for
so-
players to vote
so-
is to just vote with their wallets. Because I think CM players,
There is,
that is like their most
there's
direct.
top
'Cause, like,
middle,
in their
there's top
opinion,
middle.
review bombing and whatever
Okay.
shit is
Then-
not gonna even
then
matter because new
there's
players are always
middle
gonna come and play,
left,
and new players
there's
that will spend
bottom
money on the
left,
game.
and
So
then there's
their revenue
bottom
is not
middle.
gonna be affected. But for the current player base, if they are gonna vote with their wallets and okay, I'm not gonna buy this because you don't want to give us like your like rewards to treat us nicely, then why should we as a player base fund the game that continues to treat the player base like shit? So I think that's one way to go about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think review bombing will directly interfere with the new players who want to come to their game, where people see, wow, this game's only rated 2.7 out of 10 stars. Why the fuck would I play this trash? I think it will affect a little bit. I also do agree with voting with your wallet 100%. I am skipping Zhenyun entirely, which sucks because I actually really wanted her because she looks like a lot of fun. I'm not even gonna be C0ing her ass, which is a fucking shame because I even
Okay, he was not even going to get on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely skipping Zhenyun, which I'm very upset about. But yeah,
That
that's
is
a good
so
point. Vote
cap.
with your wallet 100%. Don't fucking spend money on the fucking game until we get the change that we deserve. Mugen, what do you
Sadi,
think?
you
for
should
4.4?
still
What do you
post
think
in
the best way to
PyCon.
communicate with the developers is?
What's stopping you?
Okay,
Do you not see me
listen,
bottom
what I
left?
want to say might be a
I'm
bit
contributing a lot
controversial,
here.
but I think that over the years, what Hoyoverse has done indirectly is they've encouraged players to act this way in order for them to see change. Like, this is their fault because I've made videos about the anniversary, the Honkai Impact 3rd incident, all that stuff. And you see one pattern, and it's that surveys and wallets and whatever, nothing's really gonna do much unless the Chinese community goes haywire. They go crazy. They go ballistic. That is the only way for them to make changes. And like, just picture this: a Western developer. You do all this crazy shit to them. Will they actually make a change? No. I mean, look at Riot Games. They still fucking released the dumbest League of Legends champs known to mankind. It doesn't matter what is done to them, okay?
Riot
But
Games
with Hoyoverse,
mention he
they do
knows
this
about the
thing where
contract.
They actually, quote unquote, negotiate with terrorists in a sense that if you reach far enough with the controversy, if you fuck them over so hard in terms of reviews, in terms of hell, even threats, all those stuff that shouldn't happen, they actually budge instead of standing their ground. So they've given precedent more than once, that if these things happen, you'll see change. If they don't, they won't. Zhongli changing. You know, what happened with the Bunny Girl incident, what happened with the first year anniversary, what happened with all those things. The only way they budged wasn't through player surveys, wasn't through wallets, wasn't through boycotts, wasn't through anything reasonable or what Toronto would consider reasonable.
Yep.
They only happened once things went out of fucking complete control.
True.
So I think they indirectly encourage it. And to stop encouraging it, they should actually listen before things get to that point, or at least address it. Like right now, the silence happening right now with what happened in China, that's not good. That'll only encourage more shit. So they need to get their shit together and how they communicate. That's all.
Yeah. No, I 1000%
2 hours.
agree. 1000% agree. And I feel like people are forgetting that shit. Like, oh, boy, I filled up the survey. Okay.
30,000 Mora in my pocket, baby.
Huge.
Let's go.
I love
Huge.
I used to love making videos like that where it's like Hoyoverse hired me to fix their game. They paid me to fix their game. 10,000 Mora. Yeah, I think that's a great fucking take, Mujin. Yo, EO, what do you think? What do you think the proper way is to communicate with devs?
I feel like everybody's been saying it for the most part.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, again, it's Genshin's fault to get this point. I think the real issue is that Genshin players will never do what they need to do in order to get the actual change that they should get. They're not going to stop playing the game. They're not going to stop funding it. Even the free-to-play players who like just buy the battle pass or the monthly, for instance.
See,
all that
I'm
stuff
not even one of
contributes
those.
to Hoyoverse's
I don't
pocket
even
specifically
contribute.
for Genshin. And when you don't do anything about it, then they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. Like
Hoyo
the
lost
Zhongli
me
incident,
at
'cause we
Dea.
brought that up. If I'm not mistaken, the Zhongli thing happened because they started charging back. It wasn't just that everybody was bitching or CN was bitching. People started doing chargebacks, and that's the first time I even learned that you could do some crazy stuff like that. And then that's when Genshin was like, "Yeah, no, we can't have this. Hold on, we'll fix them right now." And the very next patch, he was fixed and buffed, and that was the first and only time they've done that for a character. Ever since then, I haven't seen anything else that extreme. I don't see stories about chargebacks. I don't see stories about how I guess there's a boycott now, but no one's talking about not spending money. Everyone's still hyping up the new character. You're the first that I've seen that's not pulling on this new character just out of, I don't want to say out of spite, but
it's spite.
Well, there's a
obviously,
difference
let's
between
go with
not
that spite,
pulling
right?
and
No
like
one
not
else is doing that.
spending.
I haven't seen anyone
You know,
else
if
saying
you
they're
got
not
if you
gonna
got
do it.
juice saved
The
up, you
friends
know.
that I have that still play Genshin, they're still pulling, and to them, because that's their main game, and they look at, I guess if we compare Starl to it, they look at Starl as like, oh man, Starl's not even that great. Like, why would I want to play a turn-based game when I could just play Genshin? Like, you know, Genshin has all this cool stuff. And I'm like, yeah, dude, but
Also,
they
welcome
treat
in
y'all
Lease
like
Down
shit.
Bad Weeb.
Well, all gacha games treat you like shit, so it's not really a big deal. And I'm like, I don't want to play any game that treats me like shit, personally. But
Genshin Impact is kind of like a turn-based game where it's like, on your turn, like you get the rewards, but unfortunately you're going against Zila, and she goes 1,000 million times before you get a single fucking move. So it'll never fucking happen. Is what it is. Very, very, very unlucky. Yo, Brax, you got anything to add on?
Oh my god, dude! I feel like this. I don't know. I feel like this company. So I actually disagree with what Mujin was saying.
Sure.
I think.
Okay.
I think you're right that like they have shown this pattern of like budging, but I actually feel like they budge less than like so many other fucking companies. I feel like so many live service games, it's become normal for live service to get feedback from players and implement it. And there are some like AAA giants that don't give a fuck about the players.
Like Nintendo.
But yeah. But also their situation is like a little bit different, right? Because they're just like, they're off doing their own thing and they don't have to.
Yeah,
listen to
imagine
fucking
like
anyone 'cause people are
super
gonna buy their game
casual
anyways.
Carl.
I think that's the same thing as Genshin right
You know?
now. Is like people are
They
gonna
have
buy the
no
fucking
idea
character
this is
anyways.
going on.
There's so many people that are upset about this, but the majority of people don't even fucking log on to Twitter to talk about Genshin. How are they gonna know what's happening in Genshin on Twitter or
True.
in CN?
True.
And shit like that. So I feel like those people are gonna vote with their wallets. So to make that change, what I do agree with is
Hello,
that we
Kari.
do have to be very.
Are you in the
fucking
podcast?
loud.
I
You
am
know, like,
bottom left.
extremely fucking loud. The CN player base has been the only one really able to affect change, but I do think, you know, the one thing that bothers me about this is like, you see so many people saying like, yeah, well, Star Rail got this, and like, why can't Genshin have this? And then other people use that as like the fact that Star Rail is a turn-based game as a scapegoat. They're like, oh yeah, well that's a turn-based game. That game's shit.
Yeah, it's
So, like, of
turn-based,
course
so
they're gonna
that's
use
why
this.
they get more polls. What the
Yeah,
fuck does that
like-
even mean?
That shit doesn't make any sense to me, because I wanna see them when Wuthering Waves comes out and does everything fucking better than Genshin in terms of like player interactivity and like giving the community like rewards and things, shit like that Genshin's like, you know, dropped the ball on. When that happens and it's a game that's like as good or better than Genshin, what are they gonna say to it? because they've been using Star Rail's turn-based. What happens when there's a game that actually competes with Genshin?
Wuthering
that does the
Waves
same
is
fucking
going
thing?
to cause
people are gonna be able
war.
to say anything.
So is the Honkai Star Rail
they'll say? You know what they'll
anniversary.
say? Yeah, well, I just think you're being really toxic and you're hurting my feelings is exactly what they're gonna fucking say. Okay?
Genshin players talking about toxicity, huh?
I know. Imagine that shit, bro. Holy fuck. Yeah. Well, I think that's a good little tack on there. Yo, Box, you got anything to tack on there?
Yeah, we just gotta keep hating, man. Like, I think. Well,
Gotta keep hating.
Yeah.
you just want to you just want to drop farm, bro. I'm here for a more noble reason, okay?
Yeah.
I'm trying to change the game. Yeah. So, look, this is a very stubborn company, right? They almost never show change. I think the only time, the only time they actually wanted to show change was when. I think that one dude tried to
Poke
assassinate
is
the
just
CEO.
looks
So,
maxing.
well, not that I'm saying that we should like assassinate people. That's crazy, bro. Well, we just gotta keep hating. All right, we just gotta keep hating. Keep on being loud. Get a review.
Poke is kind of just mogging everybody
don't
on the stream
assassinate.
right now. I mean,
well, what the fuck?
what?
This guy's got
I
low
saw
show
that.
job tokens, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, just I don't know. Just keep on boycotting. Spend no money in the game because the game shit anyways, and polls cost too much money. And I think it's pretty easy. I think you just if we go like
honestly, right here, I think I could
patch without
outlook
spending
smash
polls, I
Poke.
think
I'm
that
not gonna
it would-
lie. I mean,
it would of course like make them change something, but there's just way too many people who probably won't be on board to train. So I don't know, man. You just gotta keep making videos and shit like that.
Yeah.
Keep on posting about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving forward, I want to take you guys back about 4 years ago. I used to play this game called Arknights. Arknights.
I remember this one.
Tectone lore.
Yeah, one of the worst communities I've ever met.
Pokemon where?
Arknights Enfield's coming out
Sonny,
soon.
what
Thank
are
God,
you
it looks
typing
so
about?
fucking bad. It's unbelievable. But that's just my opinion. I know EO, you like that quite a bit. You feel free to talk about that when we get to 100%. Actually, but yeah, how do you feel about Enfield, EO? Go ahead.
Enfield looks boring to me, and
Thank God. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you
Enfield
liked
looks a
that.
mega sleeper. Looks just Final
That shit is
Fantasy. Just play
wild.
Final
That
Fantasy.
shit is
Yeah, I like Xenoverse, or fuck, not Xenoverse, Xenoblade. I love Xenoblade. It
mean
looked like Xenoblade.
Oh, Xenoblade. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that looks cool. But then when I actually played it, I was like, I can't play this. And then I think I saw maybe I saw some streamers and whatnot playing the game, obviously, and they were like 8 or 10 hours deep before they got to like the big boss fight. And I'm like, I'm not playing 8 hours. Like that was worse than Zenless for me. I was like, I can't do that.
Do you know how long I lasted?
20 minutes.
Yep. It was 27
All right, I'm good.
minutes, and I was like, I just fucking can't, bro. Yeah, I mean, the fact that there's not
You
even
like
a fucking
Enfield?
dodge button is insane.
Interesting.
But moving forward, and
I don't think it'll be a game
once
for
again,
me.
I am going to give every game a proper shot once it comes out. Also, Box and Pokey, you guys look so good. I do just want to say, I played a game called Arknights about 4 years ago, and a lot of things went wrong with the community.
I don't know
from
if I like that
or
you
the
can't
the
dodge.
Discord community managers advocating against my channel, saying, "Don't watch Tectone, he's white." Many players not able to grasp the idea that I was able to do the content in the game naturally, and they accused me of cheating in the game. As well as another content creator, Dreamy, saying that I was gaslighting and manipulating them in their DMs, and then they followed up with a community post saying, "Guys, I don't think I know what gaslighting means. I feel like
Wait,
I don't know
what
that
Dreamy?
meant. Our DMs were literally just me helping them with their YouTube account. All those things were things that really pushed me over the edge. But another thing that really pissed me off was that they had KFC skins for their characters. Now, generally, you might be asking, Tectone, why would you not like KFC skins? Aren't you a fat fuck?
Dream
Don't you like
versus
the $5 fill-up meal?
Tectone
Weren't you 330 pounds? Yes, I was. But the problem is that these KFC skins that I would have loved to use are available in China and China only. And they never came to global. Now, this is the case for a lot of rewards and compensation.
Tectone used to be shit, but he really improved and makes good content now.
So
You know, I kind of like you least down bad. You come into the chat with some good chats.
So I am wondering, does it or does it not bother you, the preferential treatment of CN? Yes or no? Do you think it's justified? What are your... Damn, I look good. What are your thoughts?
Seti,
on
I was
that
going to say something.
CN
I'm not even going to say it.
preferential treatment
Goodbye.
box?
See ya.
Oh, dude, yeah, because I played Arknights. I feel like it's not as bad as you say. I don't know, man. Because I've been playing I played Arknights until like not so recently. So like not so long ago, right? And they've been improving like their live streams a lot. Because you watched like the 0.5 live stream, right? And you said how it was just like a two random ass.
Okay, Sadi
fucking
sent
people
another
with
message
masks
after
on
she
talking
sent.
about some random
Okay,
shit.
Sadi,
Well, they improved that, like,
you
a
were
lot, so I
only
think
not
that Global
listening
was
because
actually
it's not
getting a lot better
PyCon
treatment
talking
now.
about come for,
Also, I don't know what the fuck
3
you
hours
did
of
in
the stream.
Arknights, but people were hella pissed.
Anything
pissed
else?
at you, man.
Oh, you
Anything
want me
else?
to tell you what I did?
Anything else?
Oh,
Yeah, no, because
yeah, why?
I never hear.
Once
I never hear anything
Tectone
about
starts
your
talking about
gameplay
sex,
thing,
I
about
guarantee
stealing
you come
strats. I
back
just hear
onto the
that you're
stream.
toxic, and
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
what?
it,
it-
bro.
He might
that
start
white.
talking about
That's pretty
Genshin
much it.
hentai or some junk.
That's crazy.
I guarantee
That's
Sabi
it?
pops
Yeah, I mean,
right
let me
on
ask you a
up.
question.
That's
Who's a
crazy.
problematic Asian creator in the gacha space?
Damn. Well, I don't. Actually,
Yeah,
I don't
dude,
know.
Mr. Poki's too
Time
ripped.
for
bro.
I feel like that's bait.
Mr.
You
Poki's
name a
too ripped,
creator,
bro.
you're
He's
GG.
problematic.
You name a creator,
Well,
you're GG.
I'm a
Man,
problem. I'm a
sure,
bit of a
sure,
problem.
sure do have a problem with MTashed. Sure do have a problem with Tectone. Oh, that Doro guy's tweets. He's a little bit too nice, isn't he? Fuck that guy. Anyways, that's not a gripe for today. But yeah, what do you think about CN preferential treatment?
Still me, right?
Yep.
Okay. Of course, it's stupid, man. Like it's. I play another game like Dokkan. I'm not sure if you know what it is, but sometimes
DBZ?
they'll get like a lot more like free stuff than us. It's pretty crazy, and it pisses like the player base off, and it makes a lot of people move from EN to JP, which is pretty. It's pretty weird. So if they keep this up, sorry, if there's like any kind of like CN special treatment or anything like that, I think it's just inherently terrible for a game, and I don't know, it shows that they care about one side more than the other side. It's just pretty like discouraging.
It is very disheartening knowing that we will always be second fiddle. I mean, you know, a lot of these things happen with like group protocol, which is really depressing. Where it's like JP's getting access first. It's annoying as shit. But yeah, is there? I'm curious because I'm pretty sure we can summarize this point to we don't like it. But is there anybody here who is okay with it? And if so, or have any idea why they do it? Why? Maybe it's because of money. But does anybody have a point or one they want to make on like? Why do we think it's that way?
I think it's and I don't want to say this in like super confidence,
Yeah.
which normally I do, but I'm pretty positive CN spends money a lot. And then the global side of things is typically they might be leaning towards the free to play. Like obviously we spend money on things, but in terms of if we're comparing it, who spends more money and more consistently, if I'm not mistaken, CN's the one that has the whales. And so when you have one side of things that are constantly giving you money, of course you're gonna, like, oh yeah, you guys want this new skin or you want this treatment, whatever, and because you're giving us the money for the game. Whereas the other side is like, you guys are free to play. We don't not care about you, but you're also not feeding our pockets. So that's how I would look at it. I don't think it's I don't necessarily agree with it, but I think that would be the only reason I could think of as to why they would do that.
I think CN definitely has a more pay to win culture.
Gotta make sure
okay.
I'm fully hydrated,
Westerners
you know?
have a big problem
Giving a lot of
against pay to
takes
win. I know
here.
China has a big issue with it, generally because people in China just work more, so they have less time to fucking mindlessly grind games, like a lot of Westerners do. But I am curious what you think is like. I mean, obviously, surely you understand that like all it would take them to do is, oh, this thing's already in the CN server. Okay, take code. Put over global.
I wonder what Tectone has responded to your takes. Audio issue, surely? Yeah, it's got to be.
I personally
Just
think
little
it's
technical
bureaucratic.
difficulties.
So, like, I know for a fact it's bureaucratic because the thing is, in China, like, first off, there's a separation of the world, right? There's China, and then there's the rest of the world. In China, the way partnerships work is completely different from global, which is why they had to make their own global brand. They had to make Hoyoverse, and they're still setting it up. This was a recent thing. So I know for a fact in China, when you want to do a partnership, like let's say plushies. The plushie company will come up with the concept, will come up with the design, will come up with everything, and they'll come pitch it to you as a company, say, hey, do you approve? You say yes, great, everything works. But in the West, it works differently. You as a company have to come up with the concept, you have to come up with the idea, you have to come up with everything, and then you have to go to pitch
Genshin
it to
or just Gacha Addict.
It works very differently. And Chinese companies still don't know how to do this correctly. Western companies, though, understand.
Gacha and
when they usually expand to China, they already know what to do because they partner
Sniper.
up with Chinese companies. They have to.
Yeah, Toho guy.
That is, like from a perspective of someone who might have worked with Chinese partnerships and stuff. I do think that is the factual statement right now, but they could do it better. It does not to say they can't, but it's just very complicated. This kind of bipolar world right now.
So, are you saying that they're stupid?
Hentai Addiction didn't hear that one? Gotta be listening. Gotta be listening.
That they do things differently over there. It takes them time to learn.
Very differently. Like they do business differently, and
If
they
it's
have to make
something
up
you would
with
only
company,
know if
and
you
they
were
have
on
to
the
learn
cast
how to
like
do
I
things.
am, you know?
So yeah, with all the money they're making, sure, they're probably a bit too slow, but that is like the technical answer. But they could definitely be doing a better job.
Okay, yeah. What do you think, Tumu?
Sorry, remind me of the original topic again,
Sure,
because I was really.
you've played a lot of gacha games, and in a lot of those gacha games, you've probably noticed a trend of China getting things that global players don't get. Do you play on the CN servers or do you play on global servers?
Nah, mainly for me, I play on global servers because for
Okay.
all my gacha games, because I like reading what I'm doing.
Yeah, 100%.
I've dealt with previous
valid.
instances of trying to translate moon runes, and they're not fun. I have done it before. I just don't want to do it again, or I just don't want to
Okay.
keep doing it.
Yeah.
I have a funny story. I know Brax may know about this. Both of us play FGO, and
Least down
me
bad
tell
weeb.
you,
Welcome to the Gib City.
FGO has multiple servers. I think there's like 4 servers right now. There's got the home. This home server is Japanese because FGO is a Japanese game. They got the Chinese server, they got the Taiwanese server, and they have their most recently their American server. Technically, it's North American, but it's basically global. They just
That's a
call
lot
it
of servers.
America. Guess how many years NA is behind JP?
I would like to guess 1.5 years.
2 years.
That's crazy.
2 year
That's
difference.
crazy.
That's insane, dude.
Okay.
Now,
They're not catching up at all?
difference.
Nope, no sign of catching up, and I'll actually explain why a little bit later. But
Dude,
the reason
Warframe
why
had this
JP's
problem.
NA is 2 years behind is because
But it was
came
just
out 2
console
years,
versus
later.
PC.
Literally, we had devs come out and be like, "Oh yeah, we decided to bring FG over to the West because we saw some cosplayers at a con. We're like, oh cool, Westerners know about this, so maybe we can bring it over. Maybe we can make some money." And so they did. And the reason why they're keeping it on 2 years is because that's just how it is. Unfortunately, there's no other real explanation other than maybe I can bring up the fact that Aniplex did try to launch a different game called Magyar Record, if anybody knows that one. That lasted. There you go, Box. That lasted for about 2 or 3 years. I forget exactly for how long. Maybe 2.
Yep.
They tried accelerating content there. That game crashed and burned. So if anything else, FGO NA being 2 years behind JP, like that just kind of reinforces that, and that they'll never change it. I've been advocating for slimming that down to just 1 year because the advantage of being sometime behind a home server is because we have this meme in the community called clairvoyance, and that's basically you can see everything that's ahead of you for currently NA 2 years ahead of time. That means that you can prepare for literally everything that comes up. Like we have communities, we have resources that document every single battle you get into, every single fucking detail. So there is nothing. If you look ahead, there's nothing
crazy.
you can't have. That being said, 2 years is a little bit much. I would like to see it shrunk down to just 1 year. So
main?
you see something happen on JP. Okay, as an NA player, okay, I'll have that a year from now, and just wait a year, prepare for it, and boom. If you've prepared adequately, you should have what you get. You should have what you want. I think that's a fair trade-off for being behind in content, just being able to see everything ahead of time.
Yeah.
But even though that's not technically preferential treatment, it's just kind of how things are. In a way, I wouldn't blame people for seeing that as oh, JP gets everything because that's just kind of how it is. That's actually how it is for basically all gacha games, because all the gacha games that I play are Asian, right? Some of them are actually, one of them is Japanese, that's FGO. 2 of them are Korean. Everything else is Chinese. It's just how things are here. These developers will always prioritize their home audiences.
Games don't have the same
no
thing
matter
where they
what.
talk about
it's just
this.
how it is. I mean, you can. Say,
I think
to be
it
fair,
just
you could say the same
diverged
thing about,
from just
Western
talking about
developers, right? With,
China
Western
versus
games
global.
and Western games having overseas, audiences. I know for in Blizzard's example, some time ago they shut down the Japanese servers, like StarCraft 2, for example, and the Japanese players are kind of pissed off about that. But in this case, since we're talking about gacha games, and at least all my gacha games are being managed by Asians. Yeah.
Dude, this guy has the gacha
they're
Bible.
They're focused on their home audiences because they're the closest.
Really sucks?
Yeah, what?
The gacha encyclopedia.
I was developing a gacha game about a year ago, and then a guy who I was working on it with, I'm no longer allowed to talk to for reasons that my chat knows about. And that fell through, so that really fucking sucked, but it is what it is. I don't want to give up on that dream, but I am going to have to restart from scratch if I ever do want to make that a reality again.
You wanted to make a gacha game?
Box, I noticed you had something to say?
Oh yeah, I was just going to ask, do the FGO players care about the 2 year gap or not?
Some of us do. Whenever I stream FGO every now and then, actually not just every now and then, pretty frequently I'll have people come to me like, hey, it's come in and ask me, hey, what do you think about us being 2 years behind? I'll answer them like, it is what it is. It sucks,
Yeah, this
but
guy's
you know,
mooching.
at least we have 2 years of content, 2 years time to prepare for whatever we want. But
Yeah.
you know, I'd like to see it shrunk down to just one. I think one is the fairest it can be, and without, you know, blowing the server in the process, trying to content accelerate everything.
I don't think anybody's advocating that having a server ahead of another server is preferential treatment. It's mainly just like, if this server gets these skins, why doesn't our server get these skins?
Yeah.
And also,
And
I know there is the argument of that's just how it is, but I mean, let's think about how America was 300 years ago. There were certain things that, hey, man, we just do that here that aren't exactly that
Let's just
good
have a tea
these
party,
days.
you know? Let's toss a couple boxes of tea into the harbor, you know?
It's a podcast.
Yeah. Be like,
Hold on, Tectone, bro.
what's up?
How mad were people about the KFC skins in Arknights? Because I know you were mad, but like, what about everyone else? Because I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Just me, to be honest.
Oh, no, yeah, it wasn't. I mean, once again, it was
okay.
kind of just like the everyone's wrong but me thing. I just feel like it's bullshit, where I was just saying, why the fuck would anybody be okay with they get this shit and we don't? Like, I wanted to imagine this. Imagine if a skin came out for Honkai Star Rail where it was Cum Dumpster Kafka, and in the skin, you unlock the ability to get gangbanged by 5 other dudes with like full
Interesting.
bukkake animations, but it was CN only.
Okay.
I'm like,
What?
okay.
He kept
then you
going.
went
to China.
I thought you were
It's
just
like,
saying.
Well,
he
what the
kept
fuck,
going.
man? Like, okay, it is what it is. Regardless, I don't want to say this topic for too long. I do want to move forward a little bit. I want to get into the real meat and potatoes that I'm really excited to talk about, because I do feel like everybody here is going to have a something to add on to this topic. A little bit of backstory for me. The reason I started Genshin Impact was because of this game called Blue Protocol. I have been following it for well over 4 or 5 years, and update after update, it becomes a worse game. I've given up on it.
They're killing that game.
Yep, it's pretty much fucking over. I'm not gonna lie. I've lost all
Blue
fucking
Protocol
hope.
is not
but
coming
now
out.
I have a new game on the horizon I'm very excited about. The Waves, they've been wuthered, and the game looks very fucking good. For me, a longtime Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise fan, as well as a
Who is
Dark
Poke
Souls
China Riz?
enthusiast and Sekiro enjoyer, which I will go back to and beat eventually.
Yeah, why is he doing
also,
the
while you're
Sigma
here,
face?
guys, follow the stream and follow everybody here. Check out their socials. Mods, go ahead and link those. Appreciate the fuck out of y'all. I'm excited for Wuthering Waves. I don't want to tell you guys why I am. I want to hear y'all's unfiltered thoughts. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What looks good? What looks bad? Thoughts and concerns. We have tons of time to talk about this, so take your fucking time. Box, what are your thoughts on Wuthering Waves?
Dude, I used to be such a hater for that game. I thought, when everyone was calling it like the Genshin killer, I was like, there's no way, man. Because like the beta footage, or like the footage back then, it just looked so bad. But then the changes they've made, like the devs actually listen. I've heard that. Is it true that they've reworked 90% of the story?
Yep.
Because
Hell yeah.
Genshin like it?
Yep.
That's insane, dude. Dude, that's a company that's gonna treat you good, unlike Genshin Impact. So I'm excited for that as well. The boss fights too, man. I appreciate how they're like making it hard. That like making it hard is also making it niche too, right? So they don't really care about, well, I don't know, man. Just like the just harder boss fights, I feel like they're just a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah,
so much more.
So there is a way to do them casually, and there is a way to do them hardcore. So there will be something for both.
Why does it change both?
Oh, that's
What
damn.
the
What the
hell?
fuck?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
up?
This is
Technical
pretty off topic,
difficulties.
but what do y'all think about like the character designs? Because I feel like character designs are pretty.
Well, no, you can't ask that. You say what
Oh,
you
okay.
think, and then we'll get
Oh,
everybody
okay.
else.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I think they suck ass, bro.
He wanted some safety
I
before you
agree.
said it.
Okay.
I only like
All right.
Don Jin,
So what
Yinlin,
about them
and
don't
Jiyan.
They're just kind of bland. I feel like they all have like the same color palette or something, but something is just, it's not clicking with me. But and I feel like that's kind of like it's very important for a gacha game to have good character designs, because you're not gonna pull on an ugly ass fat bald motherfucker, right? You know. So
why not?
Who is he targeting with that one?
Tectone out here catching
just not, bro.
strays.
Dude, I promise you, if they drop a banner like that, nobody's gonna summon it. But
Okay.
I don't know, the characters just don't look that appealing to me in terms of like a gacha game. So I'm concerned about that. But everything else looks really good though, man. And like the fact that they're willing to listen
why
to
is
player
it so hard
feedback
to
is
put text
amazing.
on
And
a
I signed up
OBS?
for their beta test, and I hope I get in as a content creator. Yeah, for sure, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
talking
real.
shit.
I hope you don't get in. Just being 100%. Because if you don't support everything
all right.
about Wuthering Waves, how fucking dare you? Their character
No.
designs are amazing.
No, it's because you're racist, bro. You call
Yeah.
gaming gaming.
Yeah, I am. All right, yo, Brox.
Okay, I'll stop.
Yo, Brox, what are your thoughts on Wuthering Waves?
Bro, I think it might be the first good open world anime game.
Oh,
Go-
first
and
Damn,
Genshin
first
Impact.
good.
That's great.
Holy.
The first good open world game. Okay, yeah. Elaborate. Why do you think that?
It's so I played a previous beta, right? In the previous beta, I had a lot of fun with it. There were some issues. I felt like the character designs and stuff were like, all right. I the art direction was pretty good, but it felt too dark. I think that's something that a lot of like a trend that you see with a lot of really popular games. Very saturated colors, very colorful. Like Overwatch and Fortnite are two that come to mind immediately.
Beautiful.
Fortnite or
and
the
Genshin
Bubba
Impact, of
G?
course, is massively popular. So
Gorgeous.
I was thinking about that, and I was like, what are they gonna do? Because that game is like really dark. I feel like it's not gonna attract the same people. So you know what the devs did is they made it more colorful. They changed the lighting. They made the world look more beautiful. They changed the character designs, made those better. They changed the whole fucking story, the entire narrative of the game. Like they really care about this game, and they really fucking want it to succeed, right? And I think that passion from devs is what's missing from almost every single live service game nowadays. And I feel like if you can get a live service game with devs that like really care about it, that are super passionate about it, like, you know, I talk about FF14 all the goddamn time, but like people, they fucking love that game, right? The devs care about it a lot, put everything into it. That's how you make a good fucking game. And I think the only thing I'm worried about for Wuthering is maybe it'll be a little tedious to farm, right? Because if you're doing like
Can
all
someone
these like
check if
complex
YouTube is down right
combat
now?
mechanics, everything is like full effort. You have like these sick
Got
as
you,
fuck
got
combos,
you.
and optimizing is something you have to like genuinely learn and think about.
Hmm.
That might get a little tedious. Like I'm gonna go farm 60,000 gold or whatever,
YouTube not
and then
down
I
on
have to
PC.
fucking button mash 1,000 times to kill all the enemies. That is my one concern about the game. I hope that there's a way to circumvent that.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very, very fair take. I was also briefly talking about how I hope they do implement auto for the grinding functionality. Like if I've already beaten a boss once, I can like skip ticket it in case I don't feel like it, or if maybe I just auto it down. Yeah, I think that's a very fair take. How do you feel about the character designs?
I think they're fine. They're definitely not like I think Hoyo and is Arknight's Yostar?
Yep.
Who's yeah, I think those two companies have kind of a chokehold on character designs. Like they've got it down. They have like a lot of really good shit, and I think a lot of companies are like kind of afraid to do the same thing they're doing, and maybe that's why Wuthering did that and made all their palettes like black plus one other color. I think they're fine, and I think they'll get better too. I think like once they step out of their comfort zone a little more, we'll get some more designs. But I do think it is a lot of the same.
Just to make sure, have you guys, Box and Brex, have you both seen Kakarot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
Kakarot?
Boring. Wait, character design?
Yeah.
Boring as shit.
Well, you were actually retarded.
Bro, what are you talking about? These guys.
All
I
this
just-
is saying.
I thought of
Sorry.
Drama.
Sephiroth.
Are we not talking about Dragon Ball?
No,
No, it's
Kakarot
like-
from
it's-
Oh no,
Wuthering
yeah,
Waves.
Kakarot is an
they-
actual character.
They named him
shit, hold on.
Kakarot for some
That was
Bro,
so
he-
left
he
field.
He looks fucking sick.
fucking awesome.
He's just
Yeah.
some dude in a black coat.
It's fucking Sephiroth with the JoJo stand.
Yeah.
It's so cool. What the fuck? Have you not seen his abilities? I don't know. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Bro.
But like, I feel like
That's
he
classic.
crushes every single gacha male character I've ever seen.
What? No, that's stretching it, man.
Okay, who do you like? What dude do you like?
Tartaglia.
He's
Talia?
trolling. He's trolling.
Yes, I would let that dude pin me down any fucking day. of the
Okay.
week, man.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay,
as
so-
fuck.
And he came out the
okay,
contract.
we get it.
Okay, dude.
Yeah. So, I mean, Tartaglia looks okay. I mean, I used to like it's just like a dude in a goofy suit with orange hair. Like,
Goofy suit.
yeah, he's got a goofy ass suit on, bro.
Bro, what you got against Ed
And it's like
Sheeran?
the worst
sure.
take I've ever heard.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, man. Well, I got much more of them. I'm gonna be 100%. Yeah.
No,
I
no,
just-
no, it's my child. That's what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, Child just looks fucking terrible in comparison to Sephiroth.
Any
but,
Wuthering
sorry,
Waves character
Kakarot.
other than the red hair
That's
girls.
insane.
Sure,
Hey,
bro.
hey, you live over there. EO, what do you
No.
think about Wuthering Waves, man? Are you gonna cover it or no?
I don't know how to cover it. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. So that is a new content creator fear of mine.
Why?
Which is
Hold on,
rare.
let's talk about this. What are you worried about?
Building my channel based off of primarily Starro or Hoyoverse. I have no idea if I should make a whole different channel for Wuthering Waves
Nope.
or if I should just put the two of them on one channel.
It's the
Same
same thing. It's gacha.
Put them on one channel. Okay.
Absolutely, because they're tied together, and the reason why they're tied together is because the Wuthering Waves now has the Hoyo versus audience attention, because all of the people who are upset with Genshin are looking towards Wuthering Waves, so the audiences are the same one. The biggest advertisement for Wuthering Waves is the mistreatment of Genshin Impact, so they will cross over. So you should cover it on your main channel.
Okay. I get started on that then.
There you go.
But yeah, no, Wuthering, that being the case, I'm definitely covering it, which is, funny enough, you know how you call me, what'd you say? Something about like me and Zenless or whatever? Like I cape for Zenless super hard?
Oh, I remember there was a time where like I was like, oh, okay, if EO is saying this, then it must be wrong. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you like Zenless a lot, huh?
I do,
Yeah.
but unfortunately,
Yeah.
for me at least, maybe not for everybody else, my interest in Zenless since I've seen Wuthering Waves and like the CBT2 and the dev stream has gone down by 99%. And I feel like that's Hoyo's fault, and it pisses me off so bad because I'm like, damn, I really want to like Zenless. I want to
Tectone
play
has
it.
two brains.
But looking
One
at Wuthering
speaks
Waves,
facts,
it's
the
just,
other yaps.
as you
Kinda
said,
true.
someone who I do like Genshin Impact. I don't like what they've done to the game, or rather where they
Dude,
didn't
what
go
is
with the
Box
game.
doing?
Yeah.
He's about
'Cause
to
I don't want
open
to
up
build
his
characters
domain
for nothing. I don't want to
expansion.
grind for nothing, and that's kind of where
Yo,
it feels. But in
Tenkai.
Wuthering, it's like, oh yeah,
Meryl
here's
Kusho.
Dark Souls, but the gacha game. I'm like, oh, I like that. I like that a lot. And then
So,
I've seen
to that point, Dark Souls, the gacha game, there actually is a Elden Ring, the gacha game coming later. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that. It is. They
Oh, is he
took
talking
Elden
about
Ring.
Duet Night Abyss?
They ripped it. Like it's a
Wait,
straight
no, Duet Night
rip.
Abyss is the
And it's a
Warframe game.
gacha game. Guys, let me know if you know the name of that game. I covered it earlier. I think it's called Unending Dawn. Let me. I'll pull that up while you're talking.
Okay.
But yeah, continue on your point for your falling out with Zenless Zone Zero and.
Yeah, Wuthering is just taking it over by storm for me.
Leaked.
Everything about it so far just feels right up my alley. The challenging combat that it looks like. I went back to PGR just to kind of see the differences. And PGR, even that, I guess chat was right when they were telling me that if I like Zenless, I would like PGR's combat, because I do. But ultimately, Wuthering is just too good as of right now. And the fact that, as Brax mentioned earlier, they went back and changed over, was it 9 months? 9 months, they completely reworked the game, which I haven't heard of any gacha company or any game company for that matter doing something like that, where they've already been working on something.
What's
and then
PGR?
they said, you know what?
Punishing Grey
The
Raven.
people didn't like this. Let's go ahead and change it and completely rework it. And for them to do that shows a lot of passion, a lot of care about the game. I can see that if they get the right people in their ear as far as what they should be doing or shouldn't be doing and how to carry that game, especially up to launch and then after that, that game, I tweeted about it. I think Wuthering Waves actually has the potential to be the best, like the best gacha game, period. Whatever that type of gacha game is, it would be the best. Like I think it actually has potential to take over Genshin.
Yeah, I think that Wuthering Waves has potential to be a very good gacha game. I don't think anything will ever directly kill Genshin Impact, because right now the player base is happy with no content, and they're happy with just walking around collecting mint and berries and seashells, and then seeing, a character they give a fuck, maybe do a goofy thing once every 1 year. So I don't really think there is any way to kill that game. Also, I linked the Elden Ring gacha game in the Discord chat. If you guys want to watch that later sometime, you're more than welcome to.
That shit looks sick, bro.
It's fucking awesome. Would like to also note, you said that you're not sure if any other company doing that. Final Fantasy XIV actually reworked their game before it went live due to player feedback, and that's one of the most beloved MMORPGs of all time.
I don't count that game anymore. I love 14. Don't get me wrong. I mean that because I was there for the original 14.
Brax
No,
is
wait,
incoming
Brax, chill. I was there for the original 14. So I remember that we all just stopped. It was like the game had a good concept, but it just wasn't what we wanted. So we went back to 11, and that's when they reworked it. But it happened so long ago that it slips my memory every single time.
Yeah.
So now I only know world's critically acclaimed best, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember like the actual bad 14. And that's why it slips my mind.
Yeah. Okay, so you like 14?
I love 14.
So you're like Dream. All right, cool. So
Dream.
Moving forward, what do you think about Wuthering Waves?
Look, man, if I hear one more person say Genshin killer, look, I don't think it's the Genshin killer. I think, as you said, the only thing that can kill Genshin is
itself.
Yep.
But
they're doing a great job of that right
now.
But here's the thing, like,
yeah.
So here's the thing, like, I'm glad you guys mentioned Final Fantasy 14, because right now the whole thing with Genshin kind of reminds me of World of Warcraft versus Final Fantasy 14. Like, World of Warcraft came in and just redefined the genre, and it's been around for a long time. And there's been a lot of people saying this is going to be World of Warcraft killer, this is going to be the WoW killer, blah blah blah. All these games died, World of Warcraft stayed. But then Final Fantasy 14 came in, absolutely fucked up, reworked their game from scratch, something no one really does, and now they're here. And they've kind of created their own section of the genre of MMO, just like World of Warcraft. So what I'm seeing right now with Wuthering Waves is kind of this recreation I mean, I don't want to speak too early about this, but like
No,
the
go
fact
ahead.
that they went back and worked on it for 9 months, which is something people like reworking it. Look, this is a beta. This isn't an alpha. We've seen betas in Western games. A beta is like a demo before the game releases. There's just bug fixes. The fact that they took 9 months to rework it kind of draws this parallel for me between FF14 and World of Warcraft. Same with Genshin and Wuthering Waves. Now, is it going to kill Genshin? No. And I think people should stop saying that. I think people should at least respect the game enough to give it its own thing and stop, likening it to being a Genshin
I
killer.
would give you my anyways, but it's outdated.
True. That is true.
To be updated in the future.
In general, I think it's going to be its own game. And if the developers keep going like this, if they stay consistent with feedback, I think it has a very bright future. It looks really cool, and I can't wait to play the beta. I'm definitely going to make at least one piece of content on it. I'm definitely going to stream it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And on character design, I think they still have some work to do on art direction. Some characters look really good, but I think they have this thing where they have this thing with consistency. There's going to be new regions. I'm wondering how they're going to make that different. Are they going to look too similar to the first set of characters? Are they going to look very different? Of course, they're a Chinese company, so there are limitations to what they can actually do with the designs. But I think that if they were this good with feedback this early on, when it comes to character design, I don't think this is going to be a major issue. If some people don't like it, like Box, hopefully they'll listen and they'll incorporate some aspects that he might like and other players do.
I can see that. If I could tag in on one thing, which I'm trying not to forget what you literally just said it. Fuck. I'm not gonna ask you to repeat what you said, but
That's fine. I talked about FF14, World of Warcraft, Genshin Killer.
After that,
character design, art direction.
Before the character design,
listening to feedback.
Thank you. Yeah. There we go. I feel like that is probably gonna be the best thing that Wuthering Waves could handle or do. Being able to talk with us back and forth or the community, and then, hey, you guys don't like this, we'll change this, or we might not change it, but we'll look at it and see what we can do about it. That in itself speaks volumes to me for any company.
They're already starting off great, which is nice to see. I just hope they stay consistent, and I think it has a very bright future, and it's more than just a Genshin killer. I think it's gonna kind of redefine some things. I think they're looking at Genshin right now and thinking, where can we improve? Yeah. And they're doing their best to do that, which is a great way to come in and compete with the dominant force of an industry.
I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying that now.
Okay.
I like that. I'm stealing that, by the way. Mugen didn't say that. EO said it.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Fair game.
Me personally, I think it's very good that people are calling it the Genshin Killer. I don't think it's going to be the Genshin Killer. It's a complete fucking lie. But the thing is, it gets the Zoomers weaponized and gets more traction towards the game. And I think the more successful Wuthering Waves does with clickbait titles from content creators say, the new Genshin Killer. And that will drive more views. I think more average in the game, better as it does.
Is that his E4, Brunya?
The more Genshin is going to have to fucking step to the fucking plate, because right now they're fucking not doing it.
Well, you know what? For
I just
E4
remember
Brunya,
TOF, and that was a massive disappointment.
Well, so here's the difference.
Pikachu.
TOF marketed themselves as the Genshin Killer.
Which is so fucking stupid.
Exactly. Man. They were idiots. And the worst thing is, it wasn't even in the same genre. It was an MMORPG versus a single-player seashell collector.
It was a pay-to-win MMORPG versus a single-player with co-op.
Yeah, it was, and the fucking game didn't even work. Like, people were saying, well, we all remember what happened with TOF. Guys, there's a big difference between TOF and Wuthering Waves. First one, the servers work. Second of all, it's actually the same genre. Like, I will be real, like, don't get me wrong. I don't think there's any way to kill Genshin, but like Wuthering Waves is, I mean, let's just be real here, guys. It has taken Zenless Zone Zero's combat and made it better. It is rewriting the story, which means because I'll be real, the story the first time was fucking rough. Okay, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
I think Zenless might not even come out this year.
Because they see the potential interest. Should be good this time around. I hope. Right? So they're attacking Genshin for the story lovers. They're attacking Zenless
Wuthering
Zone Zero
Waves
for the combat
is
lovers, and
not
Genshin for the
MMO.
combat lovers. I will say
Open
this.
world
Their
PvE.
character designs pale in comparison to Hoyoverse characters. I mean, they're pretty good. I love
Gacha,
Kakarot. I
obviously.
think Kakarot's amazing, but like, I mean, the females from Zenless to the females from Wuthering Waves to the females of Genshin and Zenless, different fucking ballpark. I mean, Nicole's tits are fucking insane. They have Kafka, they have Eula, they have Raiden Shogun. Like, Wuthering Waves, I do think it does look good, but I don't think they can compete.
Wu's got, Yinlin right now.
What do you think?
They just gotta improve their catalog.
I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot because I was completely like, yeah, I genuinely don't know a lot. Like the previous version, right? I was like zero interest. But the
Yeah.
current version, from what I've seen, because it looks like a open world. Like I mentioned Elden Ring, you know, you hunt a bunch of like mobs, open world, like monster hunting, and I feel like my concern is it might get a little bit overwhelming to make content for Wuthering Waves. But on top of that, you want to make content for like Honkai Star Rail or like any of the other games. Like how would I need to like allocate your time for that, right? So yeah, that's my concern.
Okay, so you're worried about it from a content creator's perspective, not a player perspective. I want you to try to think in a player perspective. Can you try to think in a player perspective?
I think I'll enjoy it for sure. Like
Yeah.
I played PoW.
This guy's just thinking about the bag.
I was like hooked for like
Hustler
I was asleep for 10
Pokey.
hours straight. I didn't even sleep, and then I went to work like 1 hour later because like I just get super addicted to the game if I really like it a lot. So I'm very scared that if that happens for Wuthering Waves, I'm just gonna like screw everything and just play the game.
Dude, you know, that's a concern sometimes for me too. Like I look at it again, I'm like, do I really want to start this? Because I might get addicted and not make content anymore.
So
I don't know about you guys.
You gotta do what I do, okay? Do the meaningful content and then log off. Let's be real. Honkai Star Rail has about 3 to 4 days of meaningful content, and then you do the MOC or pure fiction shit, then you log off. Genshin Impact has about 6 hours of meaningful content, and then you log off. Wuthering Waves, grind it for a bit, then you'll get to that same point too. I feel like it's pretty easy to cover multiple gachas, but that's just my opinion. I'll be real, bro.
6 hours
The
might
Wuthering Waves
be
community needs a content creator like you.
too long.
1,000,000%. Because like you help a lot
If
with
you think about
translating
it,
from CN to EN, and that keeps a lot of people in the loop. So I need you to cover Wuthering Waves, man. You can't just not cover it. Like
No, I'll definitely cover it. It's just that I'm a little bit concerned on how would you allocate the time, because like not just playing the game, but like I also want to like make guides, you know, and I probably will want to translate like CN guides on that kind of stuff, and that shit will take time. So probably need a I'll think of a way to manage it.
okay,
Just
so
because
then
I'm doing my job though.
why don't you do a thing
Yeah.
where you get some of your mods from your community to help run your accounts on Honkai Star Rail when you can't play?
So slaves, basically slaves.
Yes, get some slaves, have them run your accounts when you're not around, and that way you can do the important shit. And like how much time do you spend on Honkai Star Rail a day?
Not a lot. Like, if I'm not streaming, I'm not playing, essentially.
Good. Then you're good. Then you're chilling.
Keeps
Okay.
Alan.
Play Wuthering Waves, and also, dude, literally try it. Go on stream sometime tomorrow. Better yet, guys, tomorrow when Pokey goes live, he's gonna do his first impressions to everything Wuthering Waves to see what he thinks. It's gonna be epic. Check him out at twitch.tv/Mr. Pokey.
Holy
It's
hashtag
gonna
ad.
be fucking awesome. All right, Tohu, what do you think about Wuthering Waves so far?
It looks great, man. I'll definitely be trying it. I signed up for the CBT too. Hopefully I get it. If not, that's okay. I'll just wait for full release and I'll play that. Aside from what everyone else has already said, the world has definitely gotten more colorful. I like that because that was again one of my biggest issues with
Also, Salman,
the
I was gonna tell
first
you,
CBT
I got
footage.
Wisp Prime.
I do
'cause I
still
was on
have a
Warfare
slight
recently,
issue with its
but
lighting though.
I've
With how
already
the game,
uninstalled.
with how the game
I
looks,
had
it
my
looks
2 weeks
definitely a
of
lot better.
Warfare.
It's clearly made improvements.
Yep.
But I feel like it's not quite there yet. It's like about like 90% there, maybe 95% there. But there's like still some issues with like lighting and color saturation that I think they could tone up a little bit more, but I can accept it for what it is, and I'll just chalk that up as like, you know, stylistic differences compared
I'll
to
be
like
back in
other
like a year.
games like Genshin. in this case. Other than that, my other maybe big concern, not really
Yeah, they've
big
been doing
one,
some
but
cool stuff.
I do notice that the combat effects, I took some time to watch their CB2 trailer, and I feel like they could go a little bit harder on like combat effects, if combat visual effects. So like what happens when characters swing their weapons around, or like impact hits or whatever. I think those could be a little bit fancier because to me they seem a little bit simple. But yeah, that's like a more specific criticism I had. I think you can go a little bit harder than that,
Have
just to
you-
like make the combat look better for.
I'm liking
you
the
know,
Brax
When
hat
was
here.
the last time you checked the combat for the game?
literally yesterday. Just
Yeah.
to prepare for this this cast, I watched the player interview.
Yeah, the
with
cross save is big that they
with the
caught up.
developer.
Yeah.
And their recent trailer. Unfortunately, that's about as much like what it could see because I
Yep.
didn't get into the first closed beta, so there's only so much I can
Dude,
say
Brax
about
could
the game
unironically
from a
cosplay the
personal
dude from
experience
Curious
point of view,
George.
but-
He has the height.
Did you see the
And the
gameplay
hat.
of the white hair kid with the giant gaming but Wuthering Waves? Have you seen gaming?
Oh, the lion dancing
Yep.
kid. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he looks great. He
Did
looks
you
great, yeah.
notice the subtle details of when he bounces off the bongos in his aerial
Actually,
combat?
yeah, I was watching your stream before we went live, and yeah, I heard you talking about them, and yeah.
I like that. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree. I think it can be stepped up a little bit, 100%. It's satisfactory enough to me, but obviously I would always want more. So they revamped a character, the red-haired chick. I'm not sure if you noticed her new animations versus her old animations. They are.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, they are open to revamping old characters. So I think that narrative is very important to push, where it's like we want better animations. So I feel like that's very important to note and to definitely talk about for the next videos, 100%.
Just the most attractive thing for me is just the developer feedback. Like all the things that everyone else has already talked about, how they took the time to revamp everything about. I think in their interview they said like technically it was 9 months, it's more like 6 months. So it's amazing that they've been able to do everything in that short of a time frame just to make sure just to ensure that Wuthering Waves can have as good of a start as it can be. And like that's the most important thing, right? You want to hit the ground running, so to say. Make your launch version as good as it can be, so that it makes a strong impression on everybody and has the best start possible. And that's what it needs if it wants to, maybe not be the Genshin killer per se, but just to compete with Genshin and make its own space for itself in the current gacha market. It's absolutely what they need to do.
No, I absolutely 1,000,000% agree. Yeah, I think that's a very, very, very good take. Any other thoughts before I move from Wuthering Waves? Anybody have anything they want to say before we move forward? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm stoked as fuck. I think the game looks absolutely incredible. I am looking forward to actually re-experiencing their story because once again, Wuthering Waves' story first time around was fucking terrible. I'm leaving it to Kuro Games to know what they're doing the second time around. You know, fuck me once, shame on you. Fuck me twice, shame on me. But I do believe in them. I believe they did an amazing job with Punishing Grey Raven. The biggest issue with Punishing Grey Raven is the fact that its marketing team is fucking terrible.
Did I move it down?
I believe PGR has the reputation of being one of the best gacha games that nobody fucking knows about, which is a shame because I've played Punishing Grey Raven. I'll probably revisit it again very soon. But the combat's very fucking good. I'm not sure how many of you guys experienced the combat in Wuthering Waves, but the combat and the first boss of Wuthering Waves was the most fun I've ever had in a gacha game. Genuinely, it is that good. It's that fun. It's that rewarding, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the self-imposed challenges the community is going to do in those fights. Like I can already tell because this is a skill-based gacha game, and we haven't really seen that many before. There are going to be people who go to bosses at level 1 with no gear
I feel like after
at all,
Genshin and like HSR, it's like a huge drop off.
and it's gonna
be so fun.
Yeah, it's gonna look fucking good. The same shit that Dark Souls does, but of course, if you want a more casual playthrough, you can play Wuthering Waves like Asmongold plays Elden Ring, where he over levels it and then he pretends that he's good. So I want to move on to the next topic, which is Honkai Star Rail Penacony. We're gonna start with Box. I do want to say this. I think Penacony is going to surpass everyone's expectations and then some. With all of the lore that I've seen for what the I think they're called the Annihilation Gang, and their plot, which is they each have an assassination target, and then going to Penacony, which is a city of dreams. And I'm gonna be real, somebody's dying. If it ain't Himiko, it's somebody. Okay, somebody is going to get fucking got 1,000,000%. And a little fun fact:
I think Sparkle
they changed writers
is going
for
to
Penacony,
turn into
and they
Sam.
got the writer of the Honkai
Not
Impact
Sparkle.
third writer, who's in charge for
Ruby.
the scenes of
Robin.
Himiko's death. Right. So I feel
Somebody
like
dying.
Yes.
Or Firefly.
Something
I have
bad
none
is
of the
going
names
to
right.
happen.
Oh my
It's
God.
a city of alcohol,
Firefly.
drugs, and hallucinations. Feel like it's going to be fucking incredible. And I am curious. And this can be as vague as you want.
Sampo?
Anything you want to talk
That's
about
interesting.
Penacony whatsoever. Characters, map, designs, flaws, positives, anything. Let me know what you think. Box, what do you think about Penacony so far?
Dude, I think that the story is gonna be absolutely fucking cracked, man. I don't even like read it, but I'm gonna give it a chance this time. Hold on, let me.
Good.
Just...
You should read Honkai Star Rail story. It's very good.
You're telling me what the fuck? All right, so.
Yeah.
Did
I think that they're
watched
100% gonna kill
Box
Himiko.
play
I mean,
HSR?
they
He
have to
is
because
fraudulent.
it's not the same if they don't kill anybody else. And I strongly believe.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do, bro. Look, it's gonna hit the hardest. Like, think about it. If she dies again,
Kill
then that
Wells.
hits- No, dude, it doesn't hit the same because they don't expect it. They
I
gotta kill
genuinely
Himiko again.
don't even care about Himiko. Like, when was the last time we even talked to her? For the past 10 years.
Right? That's a good
Bro,
point.
I don't want to hear this from you,
But-
man. Go back to the gym.
But true.
Holy.
Let's here's the thing, right? So if Himiko does die again, right, that could lead the narrative of what happens in Honkai Impact 3rd as a canon event, and it must happen in Honkai Star Rail.
Exactly.
Which
yeah,
could be
yeah.
very interesting to explore.
Himiko
Like, for
dying would be
example,
so boring.
oh my god, history is repeating itself. And, well, just let Luocha essentially off the hook. So then we know, oh shit, Luocha, aka Auto Apocalypse, what the fuck is he about to do? And I think it could be very interesting. I don't think they might. Listen, I've been advocating they're gonna kill Himiko since day one, but I think they're going to kill someone. I think they're either killing Himiko or I think they're killing Firefly because she's way too happy.
Right. she
You're having
looks
too
way
much
too happy,
fun.
bro. Yeah. The place looks so good, dude. Like the setting, like the colors, dude. I don't think they're ever gonna top this, man. It's so colorful. All the characters are cool as fuck. I think the banners are gonna be like an all-time peak. I think first we got Black Swan and then Hanabi, and then next we got Acheron. She's mid though, but what's the other? Yeah, Aventurine. He's actually no, never mind. Maybe I'm lying. They're both kind of. And then they got Gilliger, bro. That guy's also fucking. Okay, now you know what?
What's his
I
name?
have penacony, man.
What's his
Gilliger?
name?
Sorry, dude. How do you pronounce it, man? Is it
Gallagher?
not- Gallagher. Sorry, my bad. Gallagher, same thing. Oh no, but I think for sure it's gonna bring like a lot of new people in. That plus a free doctor ratio. I think Star Rail might actually surpass Genshin, like deadass.
Well, they've already surpassed them every single patch up until 1.5 as far as revenue goes. But when you say the word surpass Genshin, what is it exactly that you refer to? In player count or revenue-wise or relevancy? What do you mean?
Relevancy, for sure.
That's going to be really hard because
Yeah, we don't know anything
Genshin
about
had
Himiko.
the buff of COVID. And COVID buffs, I'm not sure you know, online social media analytics were up 417% for the duration of COVID-19. Jesus Christ, COVID impact.
COVID impact.
And not to mention, I mean,
So all we have
the
to
other
do
thing-
is just
the biggest-
COVID again.
The biggest thing that Genshin had going for it was COVID-19. Everybody had to be on the internet, as well as it was a rip. Of Breath of the
HSR
Wild,
stocks a
which
boom.
was the biggest video game, pretty much in the world at that time. That's why they called it Breath of the Waifu. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Breath of the Waifu, but you really can't compete with that. I don't think that anything will ever compete with the peak of Genshin Impact, but I think current relevancy, if that's what you're referring to, yeah, I think maybe there's a chance that it could overtake in terms of relevancy currently, but it will never reach the peak that Genshin Impact did.
Yeah, you're right. That might be a little bit a little bit crazy. But yeah, I think dude, it just looks too good, man. Like maybe I'm overhyping it a little bit, but I think this was probably the best gacha game live stream I've ever seen in my life, and I'm that excited for it. But yeah, I think that's all my thoughts about it, man. I'm just super excited.
I
mean, I'm
did
probably-
like the
there's probably
set
be
for
more,
the
but I'll
live
raise my
stream.
hand
The
later
set
and
for
talk
the
about it.
live stream went pretty crazy.
There's this whole
And I
thing
didn't
with the
expect the
Genshin
way to
Impact
be there.
community where they were saying that like I was falling off and other creators were falling off because before, you know, people like Bwop or Tawana were getting like millions upon millions of views no matter what it was that they uploaded.
That is
even
true.
I got a couple million views as well, and then now people are down like the 100,000s to 200,000s. People say these people fell off. No, it's just COVID-19 fell off, and now people are not.
People don't understand how insane
That's why people who are
100,000 is,
worried about
though.
Their viewer counts shouldn't be.
100,000
little
is
behind the scenes
crazy.
as well. The amount that sponsors were paying for certain viewership during COVID-19 is now pretty much a quarter. So if you get a quarter of what the views you got, then you get paid the same amount from sponsorships because it was so overinflated. So a lot of people were worried about the livelihoods and the money that people were making during COVID-19 to now. It's pretty much identical to what people were making then to now. So it's another thing that people don't really get for the Genshin Impact retards who say that these content creators fell off. But that's a little bit of side note. I do have more thoughts on. Oh, I actually am curious. You didn't touch on Katarina or Constance or Duke Inferno. at
True.
all. You
Where's
have any thoughts on
Katarina
them?
Taka?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I blanked out, man. I think they're.
Dude,
I
why
think
he got
they're
the
pretty
blind
cool.
glasses
Like,
on now?
That's the.
There's no way he can see
assembly
anything.
Squad, or the Avengers. I don't fucking know. What was their name again?
Justice League.
Sure, why not? That's the Justice League, right? So
Yeah.
they each have like a assassination like target.
Yeah.
Oh damn, really? I think their character designs are fucking sick, man. Maybe not Duke Inferno. He looks like a League of Legends character, but everyone else looks
What?
fucking sick as shit. And, I'm excited because they're like kind of
Boxer
like
classic
Kafka
bad
2.0, right? Kind of. Am I like the only
Really?
one who thinks that?
No, I was thinking the
Really?
same thing by the
Oh, okay.
timing of the video. That's definitely like the Tui vibes, but probably better written.
Yeah, most likely. We'll probably see more than just one of them every fucking 8 years.
Mods
which would
kick
be
him
really
from the
fucking
call.
nice. I will be real. I have heard rumors that all of those characters will be playable. That's what I'm very curious. I heard a rumor. I've seen no.
I already know they would be
confirmation.
playable. You know how
I'm
much
not
of a
saying this is
fumble it would
leak
be
at all.
for
I'm not- this is
Annihilation
not a
Gang
leak.
to not be
I
playable?
just heard a rumor, and I heard Constance was a 4-star. The rest of them were 5 stars, which I don't get.
Okay,
that at
now
all
he's just
because she
leaking.
looks the fucking best. Constance is so fucking hot.
Is Constance the one with the chain and ball and the heels?
No, that's
Is that
Katarina.
Cat? Yeah, that's the
Katarina.
best one.
Yeah,
That's
she's the best one.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
she's
bro.
number 2.
Yo,
I-
Iyoku?
I
I knew Iyoku was BZ. I knew it. I knew it.
I mean, why wouldn't they make them playable?
I gotta talk to this guy more. I gotta talk to this Iyoku guy more.
Well, who knows? I guess we'll have to find out. Brax, what are your thoughts on Penacony so far?
Basically the opposite of everything this guy just said. You can't listen to him. He doesn't like Gallagher.
Okay.
But
Get Hojer.
no, so I'm hyped as fuck, right? Because I heard that the writer from Honkai Backyard is coming over. Someone told me they wrote Elysian Realm too. I
Yup.
don't know if is that true?
Yup.
Yeah, so Elysian Realm was one of my favorite arcs that Hoyo has ever written in like any Hoyo game. It was fucking incredible, and nobody is safe, and that gets me hype as fuck, right? You've been saying like Himiko's gonna die. I'm still on this like Welt is gonna die train, right?
no.
Because I think what's gonna happen is the Welt is too strong to exist in the game.
Oh.
He's just like if we ever fail something as the main character, Welt is our plot armor, right? So
That's what I
I
was
feel
saying,
like
Welt
they have
hasn't
to kill
even
Welt
gone crazy
for
yet.
that, but also just because it would be like kind of poetic of him to like leave the other verse to save the same person.
Well, okay,
that he
if he
couldn't save before.
dies to save Himiko, that would be amazing. Here's the big problem. He's the best written character.
It's true.
And losing him in the narrative is going to obliterate the amount of compelling action that happens because he is just his demeanor, his character, what he can do, what he has done is just.
You're like
incredible. I
besties with
truly hope we
Brax,
don't lose
right?
him. I think that'd be a
I'm
massive
besties with
fucking
everyone
mistake.
here,
But it
actually.
would make a very cool moment. But there's a lot of shows right now that are just killing the best characters.
Me and
for
Toho
fun,
Sniper,
just
way
'cause they're a
back.
little bit too
Give him
Come on
the-
now.
Give him the
Classics.
JJK writer.
Mujin?
Oh,
See-
my
see
Talking
who
to
won.
this guy the other
Everybody's dead.
day.
Oh,
Hell
No way.
Trailblazer dead.
Penacony looks fucking awesome. The characters that they were teasing are great. I think the Firefly disappearing in the trailer, I don't know if you guys saw that. I think that was bait. I don't think Firefly is dead. I think that's to throw us off of who's actually gonna
I
die.
swear she turns into Sam.
But I'm hype as fuck. Sam looks cool as fuck. I hope he's playable. They said he was gonna be a boss, right?
Yeah.
And I hope that we get to play that motherfucker. He looks dope as fuck.
I thought, was there not already a post on Honkai Star Rail where Sam is playable? Am I capping? Like I
No, he's a boss fight.
Nah.
I didn't see one, but I would imagine he is.
Dude,
because,
Sam
like,
boss
the
fight
other,
sounds
Stellar Hunters
crazy.
are playable so far, so
Yeah.
I'm
That's what I'm
also
saying. He seems like a 5-star destruction pyro. That's what he just seems like that.
that's the
Sam
vibe.
boss
yeah,
fight
yeah.
sounds so crazy.
Last little thing.
And that
sorry.
means he's gonna be World
so
9.
Sparkle, right? Hanabi, whichever one you want to call her. So now that we know
Wait,
she
no,
has action
Argenti would
forward,
be
right?
World 9.
I'm wondering if we can do some crazy shit with her and Bronya.
He's
where
World
we can,
10.
Like, pull character
Unless
up,
they do World
and then pull the
9
character
and
up
10
again,
together.
and then pull them up again, and then just have like unlimited blade works. You know what I mean? Like if it takes all the skill points, then
Wait,
you
damn.
have like you use blade, right? He
Yep.
takes no skill points or few skill points, right? You just keep going and going and going. I feel like that could be fun as fuck,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm super hyped for the Penacony characters.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, okay. So question for
No,
for
Sam boss
Hanabi,
fight is
For
official.
what we know, Sparkle. First Sparkle. God.
He looks at leaks, bro.
Well, no, I mean like the name is just way better. Like, can we just
In
be real?
JP,
Yeah, it
isn't
is,
it
bro, it
still
is.
Hanabi?
I'm not calling her fucking.
I'm not sure. Is it
Sparkle.
still Hanabi Boys or is it Sparkle?
A guy like
universally?
me never
I'm,
called her
I'm actually
Hanabi.
not sure. Regardless,
Guy
is
like
she just
me,
gonna be a
I've always been on
non-hum
the Sparkle
ill slut
train.
now,
I'm
or
actually
is,
just gonna
like, she
call her
not caring
Hutao.
anybody else?
I'm not even call her
think she's gonna be
Hanabi or
fucking
Sparkle.
busted.
I
I
should
think
call her
she can work with
Hutao.
every single character.
I just don't
Like
know.
genuinely,
She'll be on the same tier as Bronya and Ruin Mei, basically.
Okay.
action forward's too strong in
I
that game.
won like 95% disagree with both of those.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
What do you
weird.
think?
Okay.
What do you think about?
Okay,
Penacony?
EO, let's hear you.
Well, first I'll do the Sparkle thing, and then I'll talk about Penacony. But I disagree with the Sparkle thing because I don't know. To be on the same like level as Bronya, she has to do the exact same thing as Bronya, and then like way better. So she would have to advance you forward by 100%. She would have to buff up the entire team. She would have to give all the skill points. I feel like that's way too much to be giving for. I mean, granted, we're going into 2.0, so I have my own opinions about that, but maybe they make her super busted, but to put her on the same tier as Mei and Bronya, at that point you just have two Bronyas that do the exact same thing, but one's quantum. And
He
one's
is
wind.
unaware.
I don't see them doing that.
Is
personally.
unaware.
But if they did do it, then yeah, I
I'm
would agree with it.
sorry,
If they
my
don't
brother
do
in
it, then I
Iyoku.
think
You
she's
are
like
just unaware.
half beneath Bronya, because like Bronya advances me forward 100%.
Yep.
Why would I need Sparkle to advance me forward? Not 100%. If that would make
MOC
sense.
is 2 teams, so it's nice having one Bronya for each team, you know?
Yeah, but I would have Mei on the other team just destroying the entire board.
And nothing
Well,
says you
I
can't
would only
run
have two
Rune
of them.
and Hanabi, though.
Maybe. I'd have to see it.
If you're not a fan of hyper carry teams, then I see your point. Yeah, if you only want to
No,
Are
not
you,
even
like
with
the
that.
number one hyper carry hater.
How do you know that?
I heard that somewhere. I don't know.
How do you know that?
Leaked info.
I might be the number one hyper carry hater now, but I don't hate hyper carry. All right, I'm tired of playing the same shit. That's all it is. And so I would like new things, but yeah, no, that I don't hate Sparkle because hyper carry. I don't think she would match Bronya, for what Bronya gives and how consistent Bronya is at it. I think Sparkle would be a little less consistent, or maybe you'd have to work harder. So I was like, all right, why would I do that when I can just play Bronya?
I feel like Bronya will be really good for characters like Jingliu, and then I feel like Sparkle will be good for characters like Dan Hung Il.
Dude,
and,
I feel like not enough people talk
I can
about
see that for sure. Yeah.
Bronya's
like
skill
massive
points.
skill point fucking dumps. Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, okay, when you stream these fucking games, there's no way to not get spoiled for shit. You talk about anything, right? And then your chat's like, oh, clueless, aware. She's gonna be insane with Jingchua. Sparkle and Jingchua is gonna be insane. It's like there's I don't even look at leaks. My chat just forces me to see them. And it's like, oh yeah, surely Himiko lives. I'm like, okay, guys. I wonder what that means. I don't know, man. It's hard to tell if I'm being fucked with or not. It's just so impossible. Yeah. Any other thoughts for Penacony, EO?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Penacony is fucking fantastic. I am super excited for what we have going so far. I really don't want Himiko to die,
because he said Katarina's the best.
Himiko's cool. I'm tired of getting chapter 9. That's number 1. But Himiko's like, she's just cool. She's the mom of the team / the big sister of the team. I feel like we can get away with her not being like taken out in 2.0 of all things, or as early as it is. I understand the assassination squad is doing whatever they got to do, but I feel like one of them is gonna die, and then someone else on the team dies.
No, it just
we've already had the Don Hung thing where he turns into a dragon.
Are very
unfortunately, we lost
women.
Ting Yun.
They're
I don't
very
really see anyone
beautiful
else
to
on the
me.
team being worth killing.
They are very
besides Welt,
good-looking
Himiko, or March.
individuals.
March would turn into like, I guess she unlocks her true form, so another Don Hung. I don't think they're gonna do that. And then what Brack said about Welt makes way more sense, but Himiko also makes way more sense. I just don't want it to be Himiko.
So you say
no one's talking about 5-star
Ting Yun.
March.
We didn't lose Ting Yun. We lost what we thought was Ting Yun, a perception of who she was. She's still out there in the universe, which is confirmed by in-game lore by Luocha, saying that he met her on a different planet. So technically, we never lost Ting Yun. So just want to
Okay,
put that
good,
out there
because
for
my delusion does not want me to believe she's dead. So that's
Based body
I'm
pillow.
going with that.
Yes.
I know 5-star March is definitely
Absolutely
happening.
fine. We'll most likely meet her on another planet.
Because
It
of
should be
Don
a
Hang.
5-star when we meet her.
It's just when.
Most likely.
But no one's talking about it here.
But I think
Or-
Penacony overall.
See, this is where they need the gib insight.
We are, and I haven't revealed this video yet. It's being worked on, so bear with me. I think we're going into like a meta evolution as the entire game. So the hyper carry thing that we brought up, I think
he's
we're
ruining
moving
my
away from it.
text,
Not
man.
specifically
Ruining
hyper
my
carry,
text.
but like how we only have a hyper carry or dual DPS team when we talk about the game.
Yeah.
I think we're moving closer towards Genshin, where Genshin has like the Raiden National, the Child National kind of stuff. We have the freeze stuff, or Ayaka freeze. We have the Morgana teams. I think that we're moving towards that now with 2.0, especially if like, I won't say it, but what we know about the characters going into 2.0, a lot of them have some cracked out kits.
Yep.
And that's not just
I will be there no matter
one
what
and
for Black
done.
Swan.
We're
I
gonna
will
do
be
this
there
for
no matter what
hypercarry.
for
We're gonna
Black
do this
Swan.
for dual DPS, whatever.
I see Black Swan.
Some of them
I'm
are
there.
super multifunctional now.
Black Swan is somewhere. I'm
And
just
with
there.
Raiden in
I'm just
particular,
there.
even without saying any kind of leaks, they always make Raiden the change, if you will, going into whatever Honkai Impact or Genshin Impact. She always changes something, whether it be immediately or later on. But that, so if we shift metas into 2.0, that's what I'm most excited about. And then the new enemies, the worlds, what they can and can't do. beefing up MOC, for instance. If it's impossible to zero cycle something without dumping a bunch of money into the game or resources, I'd prefer that, just because I want more teamwork and less bum rush the enemy.
Yeah.
That's a me
I
thing.
am very
HSO
curious
team building
why,
could get complex.
Acheron is electric nihility. Because there's another character who's the best character in the entire fucking game who's electric nihility, and I have no idea why the fuck she took that genre of being. Like, I'm assuming she has to work different than Kafka.
I
would
think the
hope.
class system is like fucked at this point.
He's baiting.
Every like destruction characters do what hunts do. One hunt in particular does what all of them do. Erudition does like some of destruction, but then all of Erudition. It's really weird. Nihility's doing everything. Harmony does something that Nihility does. So yeah, preservation does what Harmony does. Yeah, you know, Fushun. So it's just it's so much.
What I'm really hoping for is a healer character coming out where they deal damage, but then per debuff or DOT on the enemy, they transfer that, or like they clone it and put it on your team, but it heals instead of dealing damage, which I think would be very fun. I'm really hoping we get a killer. It's kind of like the Nihility buff in Simulated Universe, but actually
that is very interesting.
Like dealing damage by like healing, or like healing by dealing damage is always like the coolest shit for me. I love characters like that. You know,
I was
something?
kind of
No,
hoping that
that's not a dream. That is not elite, guys. That's just a random thought. What were you saying, Toho?
I was kind
No,
of
Nihility has a lot of AoE too.
Because I don't know any leaks for Gallagher specifically, but he's supposed to be like a fire abundance character, right? I was kind of I personally am hoping that he has like a passive or something where he lets all the debuffs or the burn DOTs on your team instead of your team taking damage from burn DOTs. Now because he's on your team, he has his passive that lets your entire team heal from burn DOTs and stuff.
Okay, I feel like they're talking too specific about characters that are about to come out.
It'd be cool to see something like
what does Toho Sniper know that we don't know?
Somebody has in Stario. Just throwing an idea out there.
That was like way too specific. What does he know? What does he know?
All right, Mugen, thoughts on penacony?
Well. Can't talk about penacony without the live stream, and that live stream was really, really good. You know, one thing I like is Star Rail's team seems to not take themselves as seriously as the Genshin team. I don't know why the Genshin team has this they give off this vibe that they take themselves a bit too seriously, like, oh, we're really professional over here. This is Genshin Impact we're talking about. Yep. And then in Star Rail, it's like, hey guys, what's up? Here's a dumb skit we did with the development team, and then some guy falls on the floor for no reason. Like, it's like, I love that aspect. And yeah, as Box has pointed out, as everyone has pointed out so far, penacony looks really cool. It's just like cool.
Yeah, I just realized Brax's hat has a little chicken on it. And I spelled
like
Brax's name wrong.
Planet with a lot of bars and shit. Like, it just reminds me of something you'd even find in a place like Mass Effect. It's definitely very different for even Hoyoverse or the gacha space in general. As far as this. And there's also the fact
I was thinking about it. I haven't seen anyone pee or anything or drink anything.
I pointed this out in a tweet.
Are they just? They have no bladder? Are they not human?
Do they manage to keep adding quality of life every patch?
Maybe I drank too much water.
That people didn't even
I'm
ask
just staying
for.
hydrated, you know.
And keep doing a good job. And in Genshin, it took us 3 fucking years to get a collect all button for expeditions, bro. Yeah. So my theory now is like,
Mugen talking right now.
Look at surveys, or they've gotten so fucking like, I don't know, prideful. They let the ego get to them. Like, we're a huge game, we don't fucking care. Or
it's
and this
bad
is actually
timing,
a
but I always
theory.
have to pee during Mugen talk.
They have such fucking spaghetti code that adding something like this can actually break the game, and they actually do need 3 years to implement. I don't know. It could be this. Because this was their first time making a game like this. Maybe some things on the back end are still spaghetti, but
I don't know, man. Like, they've made Honkai Impact 3rd, and they're also getting quality of life and frequent updates, and they have also made Tears of Themis, and that game sucks balls. So I actually have no idea.
It's not a game made for us. We're outside of the demographic anyway.
I can be gay if I wanted to. I just don't want
I guess
to. Right
I guess it depends how you
right now.
It depends on the side of the bed he wakes up on. But yeah, like
it depends if Kakarot's next to me or not, bro. Fuck.
True. I'm the same with Dainsliff. But the thing is, like, yeah, quality of life is so consistent, and it goes back to what we were saying about player feedback and how they keep listening. It's really, really cool. Like, just to make it easier for people who might not be so big on the story for Penacony, they have like this image board. Every time you do a quest, every time you do something, you get an image and you add it to the board to keep track of the story. And I might not be explaining it perfectly, but they have something like this to make it easier. Genshin could never. Anyway, when it comes to the story itself, I don't know. It's really interesting. You know, are they actually going to take this path of darkness? We haven't seen any real character deaths, Tingyun is like, it's such a soft core type of fucking
Also,
answer. It's like,
Ali, welcome to the Gib
she's
City.
actually dead, but not really. It's like, dude, make up your fucking mind, man. She was hot. Let me at least be sad that she's dead. But when it comes to Himiko or Welt or whatever the fuck, the thing with Hoyoverse, like Io pointed out, they have all these games, and it is the Hoyoverse, quote unquote. Like, they have the same characters over and over. They have Raiden Mei, they have Raiden Shogun, they have Acheron now, or something
Anker,
like that.
also welcome to the
So,
Gib City. Appreciate
is
it.
Himiko
Appreciate
going to die in every universe? That's something we don't know yet, because we don't see the equivalent of Himiko in Genshin yet. There are theories that she's the Natlan Archon and that she's dead or died
If
already.
Himiko is the
but
Natlan
we don't know
Archon,
that yet.
I've signed out
So
of Genshin Story.
when it comes to this, we don't really have a valid answer. We can just say, okay, maybe she either dies in every universe, or they do this crazy twist and Welt dies, or no one dies. Maybe they just go soft, like they are with Genshin. Who knows? But I'm excited to see what happens regardless. I think they'll do an interesting. And it's not a leak. It's not a leak. This is a theory. This is not a leak. Nothing's been confirmed. Natlan has been foolproof. Fucking lock tight. There's nothing coming out of that zone. It's as if it doesn't exist for now. Yeah, but it's as if it doesn't exist because compared to other regions, we would have heard something by now. Sumeru got leaked. Like the whole character roster got posted on Twitter like before as soon as the beta started. Natlan, we didn't see shit yet. It's as if the region doesn't exist. It's I don't know why they keep it such a secret, but. Yeah, the theory is that she might be related to Natlan because, in general, like Venti doesn't even know what happened to the Archon. No one knows what happened to the Archon. So some people are making that relation, but it is purely a theory.
Himiko's not the Natlan Archon.
Okay.
And that's confirmed because Genshin Impact doesn't do cool things. Right? So it's probably going to be like...
Here's another garbage sector.
It's probably going to be like some baby, right? It's going to be like some baby character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if it's a baby character, that's also
2.0.
garbage.
Yeah, 100%.
I really hope it's not a lolly. Oh, please, man. Please. I really hope it's like a really fucking hot, fiery bitch, an older woman type shit.
Imagine Genshin Impact making an older woman. That would be fucking wild. I can't remember.
I need
this is why Star Rail the Superior. I said this, man. Star Rail the Superior because they keep releasing these hot older women.
Goddess.
And Genshin can't keep up, man. They like releasing these younger women that are under the age of 30. I don't like that shit, man. Like Black Swan's coming out soon. 2.0. Holy shit, dude.
Oh my god, right? Dude, I went
all
to.
Genshin has to do is make Senor playable. Just
Well,
bring her
we know
back.
all the
first of all,
Archons that
she's
are
coming
left
back.
are
I would play
women,
her ashes.
so
I would.
Senor,
that's tough luck.
Senor is coming back in Natlan, right? But she's most likely going to be like reincarnated, right, into like a new body. It's like she's a butterfly, right? Like it faded away.
Fuck.
And then...
Is she gonna be like a young woman? Man.
Okay, what type of
coke
is
she's gonna come back as a baby.
Tectone
She's gonna come
smoking
back as a
Man.
Yeah, yeah.
She's gonna come back as a fetus.
Yeah,
Playable fetus.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm actually getting to that age where I'm starting to be attracted to like really older women, which is cool because I just turned 30.
Fucking yes,
dude. I went to this place. I started learning pickleball. I'm not sure if you guys ever played pickleball. It's fucking fire. Right? So I play. Shut the fuck up, Box. You're like 12. Okay, so I played pickleball with my homies, right? And then we play a game. I do pretty good, and so like these three fine ass Asian women. They're like minimum age 60. Come up.
Oh
to
hell
me,
yeah!
and
Bro
like,
is trying to hit
so
at
tall,
gilfs.
so tall, please.
Nice and
play.
ripened.
And I'm like, oh yeah. And the baddest bitch was like all over me, like rubbing my arm, like, oh, muscle big. And I'm like, oh my, hey, thank you.
Okay.
And
There's
then
no
she treats
way
you out
that's
for
what.
food, and then she
There's
takes you out
no
for dinner.
way.
You know what I'm saying?
If someone went up to him and said
older women,
muscle
man.
big.
No, it is real. It is real.
That
It
is
was
some like
fucking wild.
rush hour
It
type
was one of
beat.
the most mad. I mean, I've never been caught up on a chick before in like fucking years, but this lady, oh my god, like I get it, boys. Because like here's the thing. People like to slut shame a lot women. I don't do that. If a woman is very well practiced, I appreciate that shit, right? Because it's like fighting, right? If you have sex with a chick who's had sex a ton, they're gonna be so fucking good. And like, do you imagine how much practice a 65-year-old woman has? Like, holy, it's like fucking like that's learning from the senseis, but you're fucking the sensei. It's crazy.
Bro, menopause is a buff. I don't care what anyone says, man.
I agree, brother. Oh my
Dude, these guys are like 50.
So yeah, Black Swan, really excited.
Yeah, Black Swan looks crazy.
Really excited about her and all the other
about?
old women coming in Star Rail. They're really doing a great job with that. And they're catering to, me and my demographic,
Yeah, that's right.
So 2.0 looks fucking sick. Penacony, really excited. Really
I
excited.
genuinely cannot wait for Black Swan. She better be OP as fuck with Kafka, but I'm gonna wait my turn to talk about Penacony. Go ahead, Mr. Pokey. What are your thoughts on Penacony, brother?
Yo, I don't think that the the villains are gonna be playable, man. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they're just gonna be Cocolia 2.0.
You think we're gonna
And
kill them
most-
all?
No, as in I just don't think they'll be like playable characters. Like, why would a villain join the Astro Express? Like lore-wise, like, it doesn't make sense for them to join us.
Wait, do they have to join?
Star
for
and
it to be
Hunters
playable?
are literally
it's
villains.
over.
I think they all have to join. Like they have to hop onto the train. Like hop on.
Nah,
and,
Kafka
Okay,
doesn't
Gravis,
join.
Gravis, it's because they're all disillusioned with the drugs of penacony, right? We cure their addiction, they awaken.
Facts.
Oh my God,
How
that's
wholesome.
Crazy. Holy shit, yeah, that's
No one's
crazy.
He's like, I'll be real, bro. I'm trying to.
Okay, they're
fuck
like
Constance.
vigilantes.
There was this post about Constance where it's like, so because your
no.
horns are so close, your face
I-
can't get close enough to her mouth in order to kiss
Oh,
her.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I
and
saw
I'm like,
that one.
And you know what I said? I know something I can reach her with.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
man, you
too.
lying, bro.
Okay, bro.
love for her.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah, but yeah, no, Constance is way too fucking hot to fucking die, bro. I'll be real. It's
Wouldn't
like
you
that
still
one
get
meme.
stabbed?
Like she's too sexy to kill herself. Wait, what's up, you?
I was saying, wouldn't you still get stabbed?
I don't
Because
care.
like, you know, if she goes like deep,
Yep,
you're willing to take that.
yep. Hey, fuck her,
Yeah,
bro.
Hey,
I
man.
don't give a fuck.
How committed are you? How committed are you to
I
this?
respect it.
I don't know where the
very
conversation's
committed
gone
to
anymore.
Constance. So what else were you saying, Mr. Pokey?
Oh, what a podcast.
Nah, just looking
Sod
forward-
says you're
it
going to
doesn't really remind me of,
pickleball
like,
today.
Cyberpunk.
That's
it reminds
cool.
me more of like the back rooms.
What
It
the
feels
fuck?
like the whole place feels like a fever dream, you know?
How's this up, game right?
Like a
Okay, have you-
trippy place. Like, does it even look like Cyberpunk?
It does look
Have you ever
trippy, yeah.
played-
It does look trippy.
I
Have you
don't.
ever played
It doesn't
Happy
remind me of
Few?
Cyberpunk either. It reminds me more of like Cuphead.
And no one
Vegas.
here knows about Ratchet and
Yeah,
Clank.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Those
yeah,
like
yeah.
crazy ass trips that you're like
Post-apocalyptic, yeah, maybe that's a better description. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Penacony.
Like something
Have
that's
you-
been
yeah,
destroyed
yeah,
and
yeah.
built back.
I've been saying this.
Haven't you
Someone
ever
at
played,
Hoyo
We Happy
Verse
Few?
is from
Oh, that
Insomnia.
heard about it. Yeah,
That's
I've
what
heard
the
about
vibes I'm getting from this game.
Mm.
We Happy Few. What the fuck is that?
It's like everyone's like horribly fucking depressed. and
Yeah,
the
We Happy
government,
Few's
like,
also a
mandates,
good
like,
one.
Happy pills, basically.
Yeah.
True
And so
Bioshock. The
everything
chat's
is
saying
like,
Bioshock.
Oh,
That too.
Yeah.
this is
Bioshock,
fucking
yeah.
fire.
Leaked.
Oh, yeah, I get that shit. Okay, makes sense. People were saying it's gonna be a better Sumeru plot. What do y'all think about that? Or better yet, Pokey, what do you think about that? No, you don't play the fucking game. Mujin, what do you think about that? Better Sumeru.
Bro, I don't want to hear about fucking Sumeru, man. I don't want nothing, no one to fucking mention that goddamn region. I don't want a better Sumeru. What the fuck is that? Any other region? I don't listen. The whole thing with Sumeru, I liked it up until the desert. I liked it. Our request was too much. As you said earlier in the podcast, like there are channels like Ashikai and wikis and all that shit that explain it so much better than they did in the story itself. They like bombarded you with all these foreign sounding names and a million different characters and a bunch of lore. Like, bro, the Aranaras have their own fucking encyclopedia. It's like, I don't fucking give a shit about some dumbass mushroom. I just want to get back to the Archon quest. So I don't want anything to do with Sumeru. So not even a better
See,
Sumeru.
Zoe,
I
don't
just
be
want
a
like maybe
victim
something like
of the
maybe this is
Aranara.
gonna be
Just
like
don't do it.
Fontaine or Leeway. Let's just keep Sumeru in the back burner and just forget it as an old memory.
The amount of Sumeru defenders there are is actually fucking insane. But that's just my opinion. Any other?
I mean, it's
opinion?
normal. It's but
Any other opinion on Penacony, Pokey?
Yeah, I actually want to talk a little bit about okay, because for me, right, I'm
Yeah,
not
I don't know
really,
about
like,
the
in
relation
tune
to
with, like,
Archon Quest.
lore, the
Aranara
story.
does
I
not
ain't gonna
stop
read
you
all
from
that.
doing
I don't
Archon
even read all that
Quest.
in the game, right? The only time I ever read anything in Honkai Star Rail was the cat story. The cat story was super cute. Yeah, but generally I don't really care about the lore. So
Maybe
So
a little
you
bit of
should.
Moronism.
You should.
I tried, man. Like, I tried, but like, there's too much reading, man.
Okay,
yeah,
so
right.
pull
I'm
up.
telling you, bro.
How old are you, Pokey?
Bro
Aren't
has
you like
not
you're like
played Genshin
22,
I'm 20, I'm 26 this year.
26.
shit.
Okay. so
What?
let's
Yeah.
fix our attention span. Okay, you need to get a summary of what has happened until now, because the story is so.
I might be the
fucking
youngest
good,
guy here,
bro,
except for
and it's
Box.
Really fun,
I don't know how
and
old
it's really
Box
easy
is.
to read.
Seems
And
like
if
he's
you
my age.
can't read it, just let him talk and listen and skip
Dude, I have,
anything
like,
that's not
dust in my
voiced.
eye.
That's what I do. I don't do a quest if it's not voiced, because here's my idea. If it's not important enough to voice, must not be important. Fucking skip every fucking time. So at least let them talk to you about their story, bro. It's really fucking good right now.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, the thing I'm more concerned about was like the end game content, like team building, the stuff that EO mentioned about like Sparkle, Bronya. Is she gonna be like not as good as Bronya, all that kind of stuff? So that's like what I'm more passionate about. And I personally think that Sparkle is probably, if not gonna be in the same league as like Bronya and what's her name again? Ranmei.
Ranmei?
Because beside the action value advance, the skill point thing kind of enables a lot of playstyles because like one of the biggest issues with dual DPS is that you just don't have enough skill points to use. And I feel that Sparkle really fixes that issue. And it's an issue that even Runmei can't really fix because she can't really give enough skill points. So I'm thinking maybe like this could really open up dual DPS because I'm also frankly a little bit tired of like hypercarry playstyles. But yeah, it should be good. It should be good.
Okay.
I think she goes S tier.
Yeah, I just run no sustain, man. Who runs sustain in 2024? Like,
Damn.
respectfully.
Wait,
Whale take.
I run double.
C6R5 Bronya
Why are you
take.
doing this?
Yo, boss. Yo, I'm
Get
gonna
better.
review your account one day. I swear to God, yo.
Bro, it's not that
Just
bad,
keep
man.
better.
It's not that bad.
All right. So, do you have any opinions on Penacony?
All I'll add is that I find it hilarious that they added the best live stream for Star Rail to date, which is saying a lot
Yeah.
after all the other preview streams we've gotten for Star Rail so far, which have been nothing but dubs overall. And they dropped the most fire ass music video for Star Rail so far at the same time as they put out the Genshin Lantern live stream. I just find that shit comical.
Yeah. No, it was nuts.
It was targeted, bro.
I must have been.
But
Yeah.
these teams are at war. Like
They
they are
have to be.
absolutely at war.
Absolutely.
Wait.
It's a social experiment.
Yeah, didn't you see Starro say Genshin could never in their chat?
Yeah, I saw that screenshot, guys. I saw the
The
depth sheet.
music
I was
video
there.
is the trailer.
It was real.
It's
I
actually
saw
a
it.
real screenshot, by the way.
What do you mean?
All right, I need to add someone to the call because they have an opinion that they want to share real quick.
Alright.
And they're like kind of a lore enthusiast, so I'm gonna add them to the call because they're freaking the fuck out on my chat right now, and I'd love to hear what they have to say. If they're around, we're going to see if they will pick up. We will see.
I'm checking in, guys.
Are they-
I'm tuning
I can't
in.
be on cam, but I will.
I
come.
was
Okay,
already
Greg,
here,
hurry the fuck up.
but I'm tuning in.
Yeah, we have to get a female for representation. So Ufi, what is
Yo,
your theory on
my
Penacony?
setup.
So I think that it's gonna be like the spiritual Adam from Honkai Impact.
My
Third,
setup,
which is basically like everyone is all into one single conscious
Guys,
entity.
what is going on
or
here? This is not
it's
right.
like
This
the
is not
Elysium
cool.
Everlasting, like from the Elysian Realm arc, where the Penacony characters are Sims, like they had their consciousness uploaded to it, so they might already be dead.
Dude, she joined on her phone.
You think so?
Maybe.
So you think all these
No,
characters are
Necra
just
is
fucking
League.
dead?
They're gonna die. Someone's gonna die, or they're already dead.
Okay, I have a feeling they're most likely not going to be dead. Does Honkai Impact, do they let you pull on characters that are dead? Well, they don't do that in Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
Honkai
mean, I
Impact-
think in Honkai Impact 3rd, Himeko is still playable even though she's dead in lore. if I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Like most of the characters are dead in Honkai 3rd, but you can still play them.
It doesn't show anything in
Wait, yeah.
2.0, but do you want them to leak everything before you
I mean,
play
you
it?
gotta keep in mind, like Star Rail doesn't take itself that seriously.
Yeah,
I think
that's
we're
the
more
thing.
likely to get dead
Yeah.
characters in Star Rail than Genshin.
No, we're gonna get the Phantom Thieves.
Lol is dead.
I think it's in the middle.
I have to
Okay.
keep reiterating this.
Is that your whole
It keeps coming
theory,
up.
Ufi?
But
There's more, but I posted
Riot
it all
Games,
on
they
Twitter.
just
I'm gonna
haven't
make a
fulfilled
video,
the
a whole video
contract,
about it.
and
No,
it
keep
is
going,
a
man. I wanna hear
direct
the whole thing.
impact of their downfall.
What else was you guys saying about Penacony? What was the other shit?
Yeah,
Which
I don't
part?
know.
About older women? About
Oh my god.
Yeah, older women. We talked a lot about
Never
that.
mind.
You have theories
Ufi,
about older
thank
women?
you for your input. All right.
Something about Tectone wanting to.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, anyways, she's gone. Sorry about that, guys. She's just, I had to take her out for a walk. Oh, my God, man, she was losing it in chat. Yeah, is there any other subject that you guys want to talk on? Any final thoughts that you would feel remiss if you weren't to talk about right now? That's
Bro,
burning
my
on your mind, or
setup.
are we all
Hold
good
up,
to go? Feel free
hold
to take
up,
as much
hold up.
time as you need. If there's anything else y'all want to talk about, feel free to bring it up. We got 16 minutes.
16
What a way to
minutes.
start the year, huh?
Let me think. Let me think.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it was
Oh
good.
man,
I mean, I'll be real. I'm uploading 4 or 5 videos every day on this.
bro,
shit.
I've noticed you are farming. You are literally. You have like 50 acres of drama farming right now. You are nonstop, 3 to 4 videos every fucking day. This motherfucker's on crack. I even mentioned it in the video uploaded today. You're probably gonna watch mine on stream too if you haven't yet.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I just, I try to pre-skim, make sure that if there's anything new added to the narrative, then I love covering that shit. And
yeah, you commented, I saw, but
it'd be
yeah,
good.
you've been farming that like crazy, dude.
Well, it's insane to me because people just
Yeah.
aren't talking about it. And then people are like, oh, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. And anything these people tell me not to do, I'm going to do.
I like that.
It's just too funny. Like, it is too fucking funny.
Is that like a golden rule for YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
somebody
just
tells
talk
me not to
about
do
stuff,
it, I
dude.
do it immediately. Like, I mean, I'll be legit. Like, I uploaded a porn game to YouTube today.
You
That
did what?
succubus
Yeah.
vampire survivor.
Interesting.
Yeah. And like the video is farming, bro. It's like a 2-hour video, got like 50,000 views in like 4 hours. I was really fucking happy with that shit. Wedding Witch. I recommend you guys all play that. Anyways, feels like we're done here. Boys, Box,
I will
Braxton,
stray
Eo,
away from
Mujin,
Wedding
Pokey,
Witch,
Tuhu,
as
thank
I'm
you
a
so
very
much for joining
wholesome
me for
individual.
the latest episode of the Gacha Cast.
I'll
If
make
you guys
sure
ever want to come back for another episode, let me know. This is a fucking
Straight away.
good-ass episode. Very productive.
Yeah.
Respect to you guys who brought in a differing opinion or
Just
had
like you,
valid
yep.
basis for your own opinion. Really appreciate that shit. Hope you guys had fun. If you ever want to come on again or have another topic, that you
Tons
guys
of
wanna
fun.
discuss, let me know. Probably doing another episode probably after 2.0 is released. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Appreciate the fuck out of y'all.
Thanks so much for having me, man. It was really fun
Yeah,
to meet
thanks
you
for
guys.
having me. Thanks for having me.
Nice to meet
Appreciate
y'all,
it.
too.
Yes,
Appreciate
I am.
it.
Chat.
See ya. I'm out. Boys, that was Gacha Cast episode. Shit, I don't know.